and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace be
Yo.
unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, y'all, ride by. Chief Pontiac said give him a couple minutes. He gonna be on, right? Yeah, man, they lies. The lies that they told us, boy, them lies just falling apart. It's easy to pick their lies apart using logical sense. Our people, we don't perish for the lack of knowledge no more. We perish for pure stupidity. Yeah, it's pure stupidity at this point, man. Yeah, so they gotta tell us that humans have no see, the thing is, we ain't humans, we gods. The Nubians on the planet, the melanated beings, we the gods. That's what it is. We the gods, we ain't humans. But see, people, somebody say I'm muted. I'm muted, y'all. Can you hear me loud and clear? Mic check 1 2. Can y'all hear me, man? He said somebody said I can hear you. Yeah, so man, when Rod come on, I'm gonna hit him with that first question. The Pan-African, why do the Pan-Africans don't never talk about this? And we ain't gonna let off on them until they leave us alone. Because they want to still harass us, we're gonna harass them. These people really believe Charles Darwin's theory, man, in 1871. They really believe Charles Darwin's theory that humans evolved from monkeys and from gorillas and chimpanzees. Come on, man. Stop playing with us. The outer African theory is based on humans evolved from monkeys, man. If you shade a hair off a monkey, what color is it? And if humans they straight goofies, man. And look, check this out. If you shade a hair off a monkey, what color is it? It ain't a Nubian. It ain't black. It ain't dark. It ain't our color. It's the pale man. See, look, when they lie so much, let me tell you how they lie. Here go Rod right here. I'm gonna hit Rod with that first question. Hey, Chief Pontiac in the building, y'all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe.
I had hell getting on here, man.
I figured that, Rod. That's why I waited a couple minutes to go live.
Yeah, I don't normally go live on the same phone that I get phone calls because it'd be interfering.
Yeah.
So I use my old phones. I put it in my I sent it to myself on Messenger, right? And I opened it on one of the old phones.
Uh-huh.
They in two entirely separate realities on the same page. Like,
That's interesting.
so I sent it to myself from myself. So I'm at the top of the thread, right?
Yeah.
On this one, I show up, but I ain't on the top of the thread. Now I sent it from the one we on, right? Now watch this.
Yeah.
I don't even show up on this one. Did I ever send myself something? Right? The order of the people that's in my messenger thread are not the same.
What? That's crazy.
They're in a different order. Look, we filter it through at least 3 different timelines from the one we on, and each is stuck on a different timeline.
That's crazy.
The order of the thread is not the same. Now, they both Facebook Messenger. And so normally what happens when I send it to myself, it automatically shoot me to the top of the thread and there go the link, right?
Yeah, right at the top, yeah.
Right now, I sent it to myself from the phone that we on right now. This is my main phone. And when I got to this one, this ain't the one I wanted to use because the camera got bad quality.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling down. I'm not at the top of the thread, right? I'm like, first I was like, that's peculiar, right? But I scrolled down and it's a little section and there it go. I'm to the message to myself with the thread in it, right?
Yeah.
So I go to this one. I was like, wait a minute, because this is the one I wanted to use because it got a good camera. It's just got a broke screen on it, right?
Yeah.
But the camera is really good quality.
Yeah.
So I go to my messenger on here, on this one.
Yeah.
Right? Looking for where I sent the link to myself to be at the top of the thread, right?
Yeah.
But when I get there, I remembered on the other one I had to scroll down some. So I said somebody could have messaged me down. It's been a few minutes because I get messages like that. So I scroll down. So I'm not showing up. So I scroll back to the top, put my name in the search bar. I pop right up. I click on it. And when I click on it, the thread ain't even there on this one. The thread is on this one, right? But it came from the one we talking on.
That's crazy.
It show up in this one, but it show up a third of the way down, like 15 messages down on the thread.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
When I first sent it to myself, there shouldn't have been nobody before me on the thread. I should have been at the very top, right?
Yeah.
But when I opened it up, right after I sent it, in the phone we own, I'm at the top of the thread with me sending it to myself, right? It got because it goes in sent and it come back in delivered, and then it opened up for me to click to come on.
Yeah.
Right now, so when I open it up, the thread is there on this one. The thread don't even exist on this one. When I type my name in on this one and pull my message to myself up, it don't even show that I messaged myself today on this one.
Oh yeah, something going on with the phone, man.
But check out what I try to do. I said, okay, I try to go to the thread on this one. And then I said, I'm going to use this raggedy ass camera. Just so, because I don't want Eldon and the people that's watching waiting. This is the weirdest shit, though. But shit be like this, it happened to me all the time, but normally it don't happen while it can happen in front of people like this. Because now it's like, why you tell me 8:15 and it's almost 8:20 and you ain't here? I'm fighting with these phones, right?
Yeah.
So this one won't open the link at all. When I click on the link, it sends me to like it's finna come on, and then it'll put up a generic like screensaver from the app that broadcast that we broadcast through, right? And it just had like a diagram and showing you stuff, but it won't link me in to. So I said, okay. So I was like, okay, we'll try this again to get the thread from this app onto this phone. So I said, let me go over here on this phone. Let me pull it up by my name. So I type my name. I think I know how to spell Rod. So I type it in. I type it in, it come right up. But when I click on it, it has no record that I sent myself a thread at all. I can't, the thread not there. There's no other messages by the bottom of the message where you type it, the message box. The last thing that should have been sitting there was the me responding to me with the link. So the link should have been there twice. The link ain't even on there on this one. So then that leave me one option. I don't want y'all to wait no more. So I'm just going to use the phone that I'm on. But in order for me to use this one, I got to hit my do not disturb, which I forgot, because if the phone ring, it'll make my sound go down. And y'all be like, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Hey, well, hey, look, Rod, I got some serious questions for you, man. And we already ended the Pan-African guys, but they still want to keep it going. But this is my question, man, because Charles Darwin, the Charles Darwin theory that humans evolved from monkeys in 1871, and then if you look it up, it actually, oh, is Charles Darwin a white supremacist? It said he wasn't a white supremacist, but he feel like white folks were more intelligent. Man, come on, that means he a white supremacist. But here's the question, like the first question I got about the Charles Darwin thing. So all the Pan-African guys that think that everybody origin from Africa really get this ideology from Charles Darwin, 1871, The Descent of Man book, where he talks about that he pretty much try to say that we come from, that the Africans, because we ain't Africans. He said the Africans come from the chimpanzee and the gorilla. What's your take on that, Rod? On the Charles Darwin, because this is what these guys really use it.
You gotta remember, the first thing you gotta remember is we at war, or were at war.
Go ahead.
Now, the Sun Tzu said that all war, right, is based on what?
Deception.
Deception, right? Everybody in the world that studies warfare got a copy or more of Sun Tzu's Art of War. Because everybody knows that the understanding of the psychology of warfare, the cultivating of the strategic thinking process, somebody who has the experience that has codified it, that has a verifiable public record amongst the historians. So everybody knows when you're going to fight by the rules of war, you first have to know what they are so that you can know the rules of engagement. Right? Then you got to know, if I don't follow these rules of engagement, what's my consequence? Right? If my enemy that I'm supposed to be fighting doesn't follow this code, this military code, what's his consequence? Right? Now, when you start asking about the consequence on the strategic progressive side of the thinking, sits the understanding of the science behind forming an ally and an alliance with more than one ally. Right? Now, this is warfare. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it's based on deception.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for the purpose of some kind of conquest. Whether it's a glory hog seeking to outthink everybody just so he can say he was the greatest general ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wanted to be this greatest general. He had no what you call collateral benefit to support parties to his agenda. He just wanted to be the greatest general it ever was. That means that everybody that he encountered was suddenly expendable, and they didn't even know they was expendable because he was using his bishops and his knights and his rooks the same way he was using his pawns.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't never have any reverence for his staff. Okay, now,
Mm-hmm.
once you understand about warfare and deception and the rules of engagement and how the chess game is played,
Mm-hmm.
now you can match move for move, just like a chess game, without ever leaving where you at to move the energy, because it's sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
We scared to talk about magic, sorcery, divination, incantations, spellcraft, and they villainized it and gave it a negative connotation,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now we scared to use the tools that's required to execute freeing ourselves from our own oppressive mentality. They gave us this oppressive mentality through miseducation, right? And through public oppression, public rejection. They forming a egregore in the group doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, the science of the egregore is called the mastermind group. So somebody got to drive the egregore, but at the same time balancing the energies of everybody that's feeding the egregore around the meeting. If you are a good leader, your frequency will allow you to have high ego resonant people not fall into their ego as the leader, because you maintaining the balance and you are stabilizing the room with your energy as the mastermind group begin to work on the problem and the solution.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, the science of creating vaccines from the old days when they first started was to core out the nucleus of the virus that you're trying to create the antibodies for.
Mm-hmm.
You take this core, this is the origin, the vaccine was originally how they used to do it. So the dead nucleus won't replicate, but the outer shell is what the T cells read in order to know that the foreign agent doesn't belong there. The T cells then starts to tell the thymus, this is the code for the blood cells that I need. This is the working of the body's immune system. Your T cells is produced in your thymus. And your T cells is the command cells to the antibodies in your body. Right? Now, when you hear about AIDS, right? When they talk about AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, and they tell us this is created by the AIDS virus. The AIDS virus is a spliced virus under the microscope. It has part of a sheep disease and part of the common cold spliced together. the the specific program of the structure is to congest the thymus to shut down the T cell production. So now there's nothing in your body to fight off the disease. This virus was injected all over the world by the Fauci group. That's what we call him now, since he turned out to be their de facto leader, right? He became a spokesperson and a public face for this particular project. This was designed to infiltrate the tribal communities of the inner city the same way they did with the smallpox-laced blankets when they gave them to Montezuma. He was the last high chief in the era at the time that had the women's permission to shut it down if he could find a solution to the final war, right? So when they poisoned him, they knew that there would not be another high chief because they've been in our meetings in the lodges pretending to be us.
Mm-hmm.
When I say lodges, I ain't talking about the Scottish Rite, the York Rite. I'm talking about the Elk Lodge, the Moose Lodge,
Mm-hmm.
the Wolf Lodge, the Panther Clan Lodge.
I got a book on that, bro. Mm-hmm.
Today, you see the Fraternal Order of the Eagles and you think they connected to the Masonic Freemasonry. They not.
Mm-hmm.
They connected to the tribes. The Fraternal Order of the Eagle is the degree that the Eagle Chief have to get in order to wear eagle's feathers as his bonnet. Otherwise, he got to wear another type of feather. A chicken feather, a turkey feather, a peacock feather, a hawk feather, a duck feather. But he can't wear eagle feather until he has got his Fraternal Order of the Eagle verification that he is the Eagle Blood Chief. What we talking about when we say Eagle Blood Chief, the term is called Algonquin or Aquiline. That's the long-faced chief in tribal terminology. He's a long-faced chief. I'm a long-faced chief. Dane Calloway is what you call a round-faced chief. Right? Then you have the egghead-shaped chief, Top Cat. Then you tie them to their totem. Man is the gorilla. Top Cat is the leopard. Why is it the leopard? Why the young pharaoh got leopard print fingernails? The leopard print is the sign or the guard of the ancient priesthood of the jaguar that was born in the northern jungles of South America. They still there. But they also have subsets of their clan that were jaguar priests that migrated north with old Mississippian migration as they became the different time groups, giving them a different name. The Olmec, the Inca, the Maya, the Aztec, the Toltec. Those are the Latin twists on the tribal language that those things were named. Right? Over here, when we was using European English, we was saying we was Chata. They called us Choctaw. They said we was Chickasaw. They called us Chickasaw. Right? We told them we Washington. They called us Washington. Right? So we don't know we the same people, been the same people, gonna always be the same people. We ain't going nowhere. You can't beat us at home. We big mama babies, them little badass boys, swinging from them trees like monkeys all summer long, picking the apples and eating them out of season, getting tummy aches, and big mama saying, now you cleansed yourself and didn't even know it. Trying to be slick. Go out there in Grandma Orchard and eat them greens. It's time for you to have a cleanse. or else you wouldn't have messed with her. She already knew. That's why she gave you the order, don't eat them green apples. It's going to give you a tummy ache. It's going to give you a tummy ache as it cleanse your ass out and get the stuff moving that was stagnant. She used the telling you don't eat her green apples so that your curiosity is piqued on the green apple. She's a child psychologist by nature. She's Big Mama. Now that your mind is fixated on the apple, it's not going to be long before you look around and realize Big Mama not outside. She told you not to eat them green ass apples. And you realize that since she ain't there, look, now you realize that since she ain't there, this is the perfect opportunity to find out why she don't want me to eat these green ass apples that she really do want me to eat, but I don't know that because Big Mama's smarter than she look. So I grabbed me one of them green ass apples, go run behind the tree, polish him up on my t-shirt, start eating it. Now, while I'm out there doing that, I don't know Big Mama putting the extra roll of toilet paper in the bathroom because she already knows, based on my temperament, I got to try one of them goddamn apples Mama talk about. I'm going to show her that where she don't know more than me and I'm only 4 years old, she not smarter than me. I'm 5, 6, 7 years old. Big Mama not smarter than me. Tell me don't eat that green ass apple. She did that to trigger your ass to eat that green ass apple before it was ripe. So now you got an automatic cleanse without Big Mama forcing you to drink turpentine. But we supposed to be smarter than Big Mama. See?
Right? Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
Another simple question, man. And we about to take questions from the crowd. That's really why we brought y'all the tribe on tonight. Hey, shout out to all the tribes. Notice the ages, notice the principle every time the chief is on. Hey, Chief, so if the Pan-African guys going with this Charles Darwin theory, and they try to like to say, if you Google it, that Charles Darwin was anti-slavery, but he was anti-slavery because his people were the ones being enslaved by the Africans, the Moors.
Darwinism became known as Darwinism in the evolution. That's why they keep trying to say the proconsul that wasn't a human. It was closer to a chimp than a human. It's what Lucy was. Pay attention and follow what I'm about to tell you. Okay, now, at the contemporary time, we had civilizations running 3.5 million years ago.
And they already proved it. I got evidence of that. Go ahead.
This ain't the first civilization. It's when you go to Vedic history. The history they have in India is a continuous, unbroken chain of biographies, basic public reporting, catalog minutes, instructions for processes of rituals that became misclassified in Western culture as religion. Right? But it goes over what's called Yuga cycles. Yuga is the year, the great year, or the great wheel. So the song say, the wheels in the sky keep on turning. Tell me which way to go. Right? It's a wheel in the sky. What is the wheel in the sky? It's the zodiac wheel. The zodiac wheel is a wheel within a wheel. But we not paying that no attention. The center of the wheel rotates counterclockwise from the ends of the wheel. They move it in two different directions. Where they meet at, that generates something called a time lock friction. Right? So you experience what's called a flip in frequency because of that time lock. It's the same way your visuals see what you perceive right side up, you actually looking at it upside down. Once you understand that the center is going in the opposite direction from the outer part, you know there has to be something between them energetically to allow the energy to flip, because they should be going in the same direction based on the laws of physics. Where is the flip taking place at, right? The furthest reaches is the 9th dimension in the matrix we call the time matrix. The 3rd dimension is the center point that rotates opposite of the outer point.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't lose you yet, did I?
Nah,
Okay,
I'm with you.
when the energy transfers from the wheel in the sky to the wheel on the ground, there is a flip that takes place. That's where we get the optical illusion that we standing up when we actually hanging upside down like Batman. We walking around upside down. But in order for us to function, the psyche has to learn how to flip it where our orientation feels frequently friendly to what we are doing. Because it has to be a way for you to figure out how you got here and where you came from and what you're supposed to be doing. And part of that is the understanding of the as above, so below, but it's a flip in the middle. It's an X in the middle where they flip. The lens flips. It's called the Lucifer lens.
I heard it. Let me write that down.
The sigil for the sign, or for the Lucifer sigil, is actually showing you to flip the optical effect in order to see the effect without the optical illusion. Look, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use one of these regular ass phones. I'm gonna go on here and pull up the Lucifer sigil. I'm telling y'all what I'm doing while I'm doing it. It's not already in my phone, so I gotta type that shit in. But I do know what I'm talking about, so I'm about to show you.
Yeah, Roy, you think of the shit nobody think about, man. That's why I like you, man. You think about shit that hey, you add to my game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what I was saying is too. While you looking up that, is that if humans evolved from monkeys, why the hell they're still monkeys? That's a logical question. But they give you some they give you a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Why is there still chimpanzees and gorillas if we came from, man, come on, man. That Charles Darwin theory is a bunch of crap and pretty much is racist. But they're gonna lie to say it ain't racist. See, what I think it is, they want to put us on their timeline. They evolved from the Neanderthals, and we don't got no Neanderthal in our DNA. They tell us, oh, you got 0.3. No, we don't. Stop lying. They try to put tie themselves into our vine and our timeline. You know what I'm saying?
They got you,
with this crap.
They got their hooks in you. Let me show you where they got the hooks in you at.
Go ahead.
Everybody think that when you say a Neanderthal, that you talking an idiot. And that these people was low intelligence and they was closely related to monkeys as part of the Darwinian pattern.
Mm-hmm.
They was Chatterman. I'm gonna show you that next. Chatterman. I'm looking for the Lucifer lens right. Well, now I'm trying to pull it up.
You talking about the original Neanderthal or the hairy looking ones? Because you had the original Neanderthals with the people that was in that land. Go ahead.
Pump the brakes. The Neanderthal was the people that populated Europe, not the Americas. Get that straight.
Ahead.
They would have nothing to do with what we're doing over here. Okay, the Neanderthals, that's what they call in Chatterman now. As part of the pseudoscience, right? As part of the pseudoscience, they want us to believe that the Neanderthal was subhuman and another subspecies of dumbass human. Right? They don't want us to, and then they want us to think they was pale. They never draw melanated Neanderthals. But the Neanderthal that they talk about was gone before the modern pale-skinned European arrived. The historical records say they've only been here roughly 8,400 years.
Yeah. I saw one say 40,000.
Neanderthal was done and over with. They had been absorbed by Homo erectus and Homo sapien, right? And they wasn't none of these people that I'm talking about crackers, because the cracker wasn't here when this took place, right? So if they wasn't here, these were groups of, as they say in the Bible, Hamites, right, and Shemites, right, at different times of their birth life cycle. So 8,400 years ago, in come the European. In the pseudoscience, because we gave all this negative energy to what a Neanderthal was, and we gave them the false illusion that a Neanderthal was something else than what it really was, now we can use that in the pseudoscience military educational paradigm. Is to create an artificial belief system in order for them to control you through your egregore by how they use the symbolism of the belief system in the public. It's like herding sheep with cattle dogs, right? Cattle dogs can separate two herds of sheep without losing one of their sheep. The two cattle dogs can separate their sheep from each other without one of them having the other one's sheep. They doing it through what's called the egregore control, the control of the mastermind group. If you're the leader of the paradigm, like for instance, remember we talked about that when you come to cash in on the X, you had to go through Elijah Muhammad because he infused into the public psyche with all these X-men, right? That he took control of the frequency paradigm that was associated with the letter X in order for him to be able to control a significant portion of what we call the alphabet soup. The alphabet soup is a sum total of every one of these lettered agencies that's supposed to be a government agency. They're all private companies. They're not owned by the government. They're all companies. Now, if they are companies, how do we know they are companies? You look up the Virginia Company, you look up the Southwest Trading Company, you look up the Delaware Company, you look up the
British East Indian Company, Virginia Company.
The British East Indian Company. All those companies were only corporations being used by European nobility in order to conquer the rest of the world. Because remember, before the close of the ages, you can only assert rulership on the earth at the close of the age if you win it by conquest, if you ain't a woman. The only people on the planet that got a right to collectively agree to reclaim the earth back from the bankers is the women. Don't know. All we can do is protect them and give them the information to execute the process. Ain't got their way. Right? So what do? We've been educating and educating and educating it. How long it's going to take? However long it takes. But there's signs to look for that tell you how you moving in the process. Now remember this. Spiritual information comes through as stellar alignments in order to explain to you what's taking place in the energy field. Now you have to translate the horoscope in order to find out what it would look like in the physical world. This is the original purpose of astrology. The old astrologers had to first become an astronomer. An astronomer's job is to systematically map the movement of the stars on a daily basis by what position it sits in the sky. Over the days, he can go back just like an animation and roll through the pages and watch the stars move. He's an astronomer. Now, the best astrologer who can read the zodiac signs comes from a different field than academia. They come from the arts and entertainment world as mentalists, reading the subtle things that can take place by how the mind works, right? The mentalist is coming out of the magician school because the mentalist can do something that's perfectly simple, but because nobody's seen it done, it looks like he's doing magic or sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you learn to read the energy, this is what mentalists do. They know how to read the energy. Once they know how to read the energy, they can then use that as an astrologer, to read the astronomy. This gives him 3 disciplines he had to master in order to translate what the universe is telling him into basic language for you to understand what he's seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, the universe in general talks in frequency. Because the men is not the feminine gender, the women feel it coming in as energy. And it affects their physical 3D reality mood. This is why we always hear people saying women are moody. Right? They moody because your ass is not a good stabilizer. You gotta be a good, if you're not a good stabilizer, the woman's gonna be volatile and prone to fall into her masculine because you're not stable. She's trying to show you what it looked like when a man trying to get stable. It looked like he in control.
Right.
Right? So she starts showing and living more in her masculine energy. And one of the sorriest side effects of that is when she started doing that, most of the dudes, they pecker stop working, don't work no more. Right? Now she really dogging him out because now, along with her trying to tell him he need to be more masculine, now she's being deprived of intimacy. And her emotions, her hormones is pounding on her emotions while all that's going on, and you wonder why your marriage ain't last. So when you start realizing what's taking place, she's forcing him to be feminine by becoming masculine. They're actually trading off each other's energy because didn't nobody want to be themselves. So she gave him her feminine energy, which turned his dick off. And he gave her that masculine energy that made her cooter go wild. Right? They traded each other energy. And if the man would have stayed in his masculine and he stabilized her feminine, then she would never be so bitchy, right? And he would never be so simpy. Simpy Simpson, sitting on the couch pouting because his wife cussed him out. Told him he was a sorry piece of shit with a no working. She'd probably kick him down the stairs if they had a couple that he could fit. Broke, but she ain't talking about his pockets. She's talking about his psyche. Look, we in the middle of a major transitional phase of the entire Earth. If the entire Earth is going through such a big change, the universe already did it first. Now it flips down to us. Some of us is tasked with telling the rest of us that these events are taking place. We can show you what's going on in the stars by walking through it on the ground, upside down and backwards. Flip your Lucifer lens. Right? So let me show you the Lucifer lens.
Yeah, show it to me. Hey, shout out B-Dale, man. They say B-Dale just shouted us out on his live. Shout out B-Dale.
That's my guy.
Yeah, B-Dale cracking heads. I gotta go check out that last live he just did. Yeah, let me see that Lucifer lens, Roy. You I think I might have sidetracked you up on that because somebody in here said that oh, I'm 27 and I've been watching since the Sonetta days and it don't seem like nothing to change. Well, he must be new to the channel. Cause we got man, we got everything over here at Young Gilda TV. We got all kind of shit, man. You better go check the playlist. Yeah, I don't think Sonetta touching us as far as we talk about what he talk about and some.
Listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that. Don't fall into that trap, L. Don't fall into that trap. That's a trap. I gotta tell you, you finna fall into the trap.
What he said.
Sonetta is the elder. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes, Sonetta's the elder. I ain't talking about. I ain't talking against him. I ain't speaking against him. I'm just saying in response to that.
You're walking into a trap. I'm showing you. You're walking into a trap before you get there. Change the trajectory.
Go ahead.
Don't walk into the trap. Don't walk into the trap. Sonetta the elder. He got to do what he had to do. He's the dying king of the conscious community.
Go ahead.
The greatest promoter a conscious community ever had. Right? He ain't the only one though. But the part that he did, he holding it down. Right? So when people try to get you to do comparisons to his work versus your work, it's a trap. Because you have to invalidate. Listen, it's not that you was seeing, you didn't see it. I'm telling you because you didn't see it. The only reason why I know you didn't see it because of the flow of the conversation. If you don't see the trap, I got to tell you it's there. When they bait you into doing the comparative analysis to validate what you're doing with what somebody else is doing, it's a trap. Because it's designed to make people like us fall out with each other so we don't have a cohesive unity. We don't never see it until it's too late. And some of us never even see it then. It's a trap. It's a psychological nugget dropped in the middle of the cog in the wheel. It might not stop the wheels from running, but it's gonna shut while I was there. And if I see it happening, because I know how they use this on us. And I know that unless you see it in real time, you won't never have an opportunity to teach it so other people could see where that trap at. That's the number one thing. That's where the top 5 is not even about who your favorite is. But we think it's about who our favorite is. It's a trap. Because now, in order for your number 1 to stay number 1, everybody else got to get stepped on because they not your number 1. It's a trap, right? But it's passed off as a fun game to play in the hood. Nobody don't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
When you see somebody else that's doing their part, they living in their highest frequency, you're going to know because it's going to produce dividends for them. It's going to give a payout. Some of them might use nefarious means through backdoor methods, if you know what I mean. But the people that you know is some stand-up people, but they want you to compare them to somebody else that just has a frequency closest to yours that you prefer as a preference because of the vibration, which creates a divisive mechanism. In order for you to continue to like the one that you like, you have to hate everybody else. It's a trap.
Yeah, I think I might have worded it wrong, Rod. This is what he said right here. This is the guy right here. He
how I
said,
knew.
I might have worded it wrong, but like he said that that we doing that ain't nothing changed since then. That we doing that the information hadn't been upgraded. I think that's what he said. He wasn't comparing us. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm with you too. I'm understanding what you're saying too, though. But this is the comment right here. What you think about that comment, bro?
Okay, now the only reason why he not seeing the change that he want to see, because he not being the change he want to see. He looking for everybody outside of him. He looking for everybody outside himself to change first. Then he gonna change. Right?
Man, boy.
It's not a knock on him. It's bravado.
Go ahead,
It's bravado. It comes with being a young male with intelligence, and you observing the paradigm, and you seeing that you don't agree with it. This is where it's coming from. Once you see you don't agree with it, you look for who's trying to change it. He's doing no shit.
Go ahead.
They talking about the white police killed the black kid, but they ain't nobody want to talk about killing the black kids too. We won't talk about that because it does the race nugget is always the most antagonistic tool to use because the history of the so-called Americas in a racist standards for conquest and control. It's a military strategic insert into the psyche of the people so that you can keep them fighting among themselves while you drive their ass off this cliff right before you jump out the goddamn truck. They so busy fighting each other, they don't even know they're flying off the cliff until right before they hit the bottom. So everything is from a warrior's perspective. You have to understand war to even make any of the shit we seeing make sense. Because when I was seeing it, I was like, this batshit crazy. They running this mother with pure chaos. I didn't know that the pure chaos was the product they was trying to create.
All out of chaos.
They rule with chaos. But it's controlled chaos. Remember we talked about the sociology and the writings Gustave Le Bon, The Crowd, where he said when you could control the antagonist or the protagonist, then you can manipulate the crowd in whichever direction you choose to go. Right? They wrote it down. Since they wrote it down, I'm gonna find it. Then I'm gonna come back and tell y'all. This is what they wrote about. How to control us this way. That's why I was pointing out the trap to you. That's one of the divide and conquer tools. Right? If you know how it works and what it is, it don't work on you no more. The more you understand what it is and how it works, the less it work on you. So I'll be trying to, it don't be a knock on nobody because they know for years I didn't see it. Shit, I would fall right into that shit. But when I started seeing it, I didn't understand what I was looking at. So I just kept watching it and I didn't have any expectations from the outcome. But I knew that if I watch it long enough, it'll tell me what it is, where it came from, and who created it. It was part of the doctrine they call white supremacy. The understanding of white supremacy is based on a psychopathic racial personality. Ask Bobby E. Wright. He wrote the pamphlet or the book, right? Well, how did they get a psychopathic racial personality disorder? It was the Iceman inheritance. Because it was the Iceman's inheritance, now we know what made them. Now we know how to use them. Mm-hmm. Why they're here, where they came from, what's their problem with us. Coming to find out, the illusion is that we thought that the white man in the pale, they not.
Right.
Right? It was the grandest deception I ever seen in my life.
Right.
It was amazing in its genius and destructive in its execution. And nobody's seen the pattern for years except a handful of people. And they tried to tell people, but didn't nobody know how to make it plain enough for a baby to understand it. So one of the ones that seen it said, hey, somebody got to figure out how to explain this to the tribes. And it's got to be so clear that even the babies in the tribes understand what you're saying. So you got to make it plain enough for a baby to understand it. It makes sense. Because they use the educational system to generate our arrested development at the age of 6. You ever know when they testing the animal's intelligence, that he got the intelligence of an 8-year-old? This canine breed got the intelligence of a 6-year-old. How the fuck they know? They studied that shit. And then they studied how to lock you there. So when we get to become adults, we really just fully grown children wearing an adult suit because they've arrested our development the same way they arrested our brothers and our uncles, our sisters and our daughters. Instead of throwing us in jail, though, directly when they arrested our development, they allow our adolescent mentality, which comes with less than normal emotional intelligence, right? Less than normal intellectual curiosity, and less than normal ability to stand up for something you believe in, because as a child at heart, everything you believe in to you is only for fun. It ain't for real. And there's no programs that used to teach called rites of passage in our community that tell us when you cross that don't like you, as long as that when you get everybody else shit, they gotta get theirs too. And it gotta be enough of y'all working together in order for it all to be released. Otherwise, it's gonna trickle out. And only a few gonna look like they benefit. But if you put the families back together and they let the big mamas talk again, talking. You open your mouth again, I'm gonna turn your spit red. Now listen to what Big Mama got to say. And so they think that us mama's boys wasn't gonna grow up with a spine, and that we was gonna be the ones that was flamboyantly off on the wrong track. Sorry, this mama boy don't play that. I've been in love with women my whole life. I remember being in church as 2 years old and they giving me to the big titty lady and just laying my head on her big ass titties. I remember that shit. That shit it felt like somebody had gave me a Linus blanket or something. I was so fully absorbed in comfort. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I couldn't have been no more about 2. So they picked us wrong. They thought they knew us better than we knew us. Right? So now we at the part where motherfucker, I told your ass so. I was coming to help Big Mama get her shit back. And I told y'all, my mama told me don't let nobody take my sisters and brothers shit. Y'all had my sister's shit locked in vaults. I came back for all of it. I'm not worried about man. I appreciate the donations and I accept the donations to reciprocate the frequency, but I don't do this for the money. The gratitude broadens the bandwidth. So with reciprocity attached by gratitude, the bandwidth is wide, the cycle is strong, it's all coming back home. So now when Big Mama come out with the sisters and they start doing this shit all over the country, people gonna understand what's taking place. And the grand finale gonna be next year. But when this start happening, the people are going to be in emotional euphoria. They're going to literally want to be dancing in the streets. Because Big Mama is calling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? Come on now. We about to be dancing. And I remember I was telling y'all National Mardi Gras.
Man, I was
When
just thinking about that. Go ahead, bro.
when you've been oppressed for generations on your own land, when you finally start to sink into your soul that you finally took it back, the euphoria, you're not going to be able to be still. You're not going to be able to stop smiling because somebody figured out how to get it back without firing a single shot. That emotional frequency is going to make you get the crazy legs, like you the jerk on the front porch right before you realize you got to go out in the world and find your special purpose. And once you get out there, you're going to realize you ain't the only one dancing in the street.
Hey, Roy, you was talking about that. You was looking up that Luciferian lens. While you looking up that, man, my son, he almost about 6, right? He turned 6 next month. But he brought a book home, and they were my old lady was helping him read it, and they was talking about George Washington was a good guy. I said, man, these people really going crazy, man. They still promoting this Christopher Columbus discovered America. There you go, right there. Yeah, hey, yeah, I seen it before. That's like a sigil, Luciferian sigil.
Okay, now that's what that is. That's the Lucifer sigil.
Yep.
But now, I'm about to show you what it means.
Okay. Yeah, they talking about, but they don't talk about the 14 presidents before George Washington. They don't mention it, but they gonna tell us about George Washington, as if our whole paradigm start right there with George Washington. Yeah, what you got on there? Because I got a whole book. I wrote a book about sigils and about the about Ramesses, who they call Solomon, using the sigils to control the spirits. And I got a lot of different perspectives on that too, on the different 72 spirits, they call demons or whatever. Because what might funny to me, Rod, one of the demons is named dandelion. That's a damn herb that we use to cure inflammation. I'm saying, damn, but these Romans come, these Etruscans,
anything associated with feline energy is for healing purposes. And so when they tell you that dandelion was a demon, or that's bullshit.
Yeah,
the dandelion is medicine, but it's part of them villainizing our culture. Because when we used to eat dandelion greens, dandelion jelly all the time, we didn't have liver issues, kidney issues, intestine issues, because we was eating our medicine. Our food was our medicine.
Herbs for the healing of the nation. That's why I think that a lot of people strongholding on the Bible, because they took a lot of our shit that we was naturally part of our culture and mixed it to the Bible. Then added I noticed that these Luciferians like to do that. They like to use 20-30% of the truth, mix it with 70% of the lie. So then when you try to decipher the shit, if you ain't really up to speed, you will be believing the 70% of the. It's hard to try to disown, like get rid of the 70% or chew up the meat and spit out the bone. How my dad used to say it, you chew up the meat, spit out the bone. It's harder to try to decipher if you just a newcomer, looking into the book. Some of the shit is all make believe, and then some of the shit is our real actual culture. You know what I'm saying? And then they took it like we had. How the hell you gonna tell me Moses got 10 commandments when we had 42 the 42 laws of man way before that? And he he essentially was educated under that particular paradigm. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of game, man.
I don't know if you can see this.
Go ahead.
You see them lines going to the eye?
Yeah, I see the lines going to the eye from the candle.
Okay, now inside the eye, I don't know if you can see it. Inside the eye, no, you can't see it. It's an X.
Yeah, I can see it.
But on the back of the eye, it's actually showing you the upside down candle.
Okay. Makes sense.
This is the overlay of the Lucifer lens. The X, if you look right there, right where my finger at,
Yeah.
that's the candle.
Yeah.
That's the candle upside down.
Go ahead.
That's the Lucifer lens. Because everything we thinking is right side up is an optical illusion. So once you straighten that flip out from what looked like the outer going in one direction and the inner going in the opposite direction, what you are looking at is the flip of the Lucifer lens that will reorientate the psyche because they disorientated us by telling us our direction's wrong. They told us that north was up when it's actually down. They told us south was down when it's actually up. They flip east from west and west to east on the map. So now you don't even know you disoriented. So now when they feed you this misinformation, it starts to look right because it's flipped, because it's wrong.
Damn, them cold jokers.
That's how it works. That's how they trap us. That's how they locked us in.
Yeah, it says in that Bible too. It says that he was gonna make evil look fair seeming. So that's like the saying the same thing, really. Saying that he gonna make
that's
good
exactly
shit.
The same
like
thing. I'm just telling you the mechanics of it.
Candy and cupcakes is bad for us if it ain't cooked by Big Mama. And with Big Mama's natural ingredients, they put all kind of poison in it now. But he make that taste good. Oh, that tastes good. But he make squash and stuff like avocado. Like at first I ain't like avocado. Like I couldn't take it, man. And then I started forcing myself to eat it. And then eventually I developed a taste for it and said that it tastes good. I started telling my mind this is good. It tastes good. And then eventually now it tastes good. It's the same thing with beer. That's what my daddy said. He didn't like the taste of it at first, but then as you keep drinking it for so long, saying, "Oh, this tastes good. This tastes good." You can program your mind to make something that really bad think it's good, and then something that's really good think that it's nasty. You know what I'm saying?
That's called an acquired. You ever hear somebody say, "Oh, you might not like this. This is an acquired taste," like caviar.
Yeah,
but look at caviar tastes like you eating monkey shit.
Yeah.
But after you start eating it and you become accustomed to the funny, the funny taste that it have, right? The taste starts over time to be palatable and desirable. It is the ambiance of the status that goes with the people that eat that nasty shit.
$200 a spoon. Man, come on, man. That's crazy numbers.
Think about that for a minute. $200 a spoon. Who can afford to eat one spoon of anything and think they're going to survive?
Right.
It was never meant to be consumed by the potful. It was only ever meant to be consumed by the spoonful. The silver spoon, by the way.
Right.
Now, the whole psychology is what's trapping you into thinking this nasty shit is good. Because you associating the flavor and the taste with the experience of being with the people of the status. that can afford to pay $200 for
Right.
right? Now, these is the exact 100% same people that think that our children look like food and sex
That's
toys.
right.
Same
That's
people.
right.
They got tricked us to follow their psychological program model called status. Where is your standing in the community? That's tribal tongue. Your standing in your community determines your status, but they don't mean your status as a citizen. If you're using it tribally, it is your respectability among the people in the community that determines where you rank. It's a ranking system. Everything they doing is a psychological strategy or manipulation rooted in warfare, and we know all warfare is based on deception. So they
That's right.
use all this stuff we went over so far, they use it for one reason, to keep us deceived.
Because the
And it
main
worked.
part of war is deception.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to that what you said at the beginning about the number one form, Sinzu saying it's deception. It's all about deception. That's a cold piece, man. Infiltration, Rod. We gonna somebody, hey, y'all start dropping your questions. Well, because we really came on to take questions from the crowd. So drop. You got some questions for the chief? Drop them in the chat, man. We'll post them on.
You know, we should do
here, man. Yep.
We ought to put the link in the chat and let them come up one at a time and ask their question. And we take about 5 people like that to take us out the door.
All right. Let me see if I can do that. I had to go out and then copy the damn link. Let me see. Can I? I had to go out, copy the link, and come back. Hold on. Let me try something. I got something else I could do. Let me see. Can I do it like this?
I might be able to put it in the chat. Let's see.
Yeah, if you got it. I had to go on here. See, can I pull it up? Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think Rod froze. You froze, Rod?
No, I was going out to get the link. I'm finna try to put it in the chat now.
All right. Somebody making a joke say, "Oh yeah, you could get 3 spoons of that fish eggs, caviar for $500." He got a good deal. Yeah, he got a good deal. He cut niggas a deal. He cut niggas out a deal on that.
It wouldn't post sale for me.
Oh,
I'm gonna try.
yeah.
Let me see if I can put it in. I'm try to put it in our background chat and see if you could go in there and get it. Yeah.
Let's see.
So go where it say chat.
Yeah, I got it.
And you could just copy and paste it from there.
So let's see if I can. All right, there you go, right there. I think. Yeah, hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. Somebody says, hold on, did it just? Well, it just changed my whole screen. Somebody says, what does Rod know about the recent executive order Trump put out? I haven't been keeping up with Trump. I need to start. Let me look that up real quick. What's the recent executive order that Trump just put out? Hey, y'all, you can hit that link if you want to. Executive. Recent executive.
Yeah. So I've been in the lab putting some stuff together for the sisters. I have for the last 2 weeks. I haven't been keeping up with Donald J.
Yeah, me neither. But I've been saying in my mind I need to do one on Trump. It says August 12th, expanding capability of combat, transnation cyber, enable crime. Something about the
Yeah, that's
I need
because
my ears up.
they expecting somebody to hack the mainframe and try to hijack some stuff on the computer system. So that executive order that you just read was designed that when they do, because they get remember the internet, the modern internet was
Mhm.
originally created by the military in order for spies to be able to communicate across vast distances and send encrypted and coded message. And they seen that they could use it in the public domain as a tool to extract information from people without having to force people to give them information. Peace, my brother Eric. How you doing?
What's up, Chief?
Oh man, pretty good, pretty good. What's your question for today?
So, man, I just want to know, like, when you teach these things that of course aren't in conventional history, how do you separate what's true from what's allegory or symbolism or uh, just metaphysical interpretation?
Mhm. I start from the premise that ain't nothing real.
Mm.
And
Okay,
then the only thing that's real is what I can use to prove that it's real,
gotcha.
right? So I start off because of the enemy we face with, assuming that everything they said is a bald-faced lie.
Right.
But we know that a lie can also carry the truth. That's called a well-dressed lie, right?
Right.
So while I'm tracking the information, I know how to use techniques to send my higher consciousness to fact check the information by sending me back something to corroborate,
Mm.
right? This is the same that they talk about when they say the magician sent his gnomes out to go do shit. He ain't
Mm.
sent nothing out to do nothing. He just used the faculty of the brain that they told us don't exist, but they use it in remote viewing all the time.
Gotcha.
We just got to learn that the only motherfucker on the planet that can't lie to you is you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to calibrate your emotional body because your emotions is your navigation system.
Mm.
Normally where we get thrown off is when our emotions is out of context. We don't know that that's where we being tricked at. So when you do the self work, the shadow work, one of the things that the people that I teach shadow work to is to always ask yourself, how do I feel about what I'm hearing?
Right.
Now you have to take your intellectual information and run it through the emotional body. If it's a piece of history that pisses you off, like 100 years of lynching, right? When
Mm.
you read that, you stay pissed off. Now, when you step back, knowing that what you just read, okay, if it's true, I should be pissed off. That's the correct
Right.
emotional reaction to what I just read. I should be pissed off. Now, when you understand the emotion is in context to what you just read, now you can review it from a clear vision perspective.
Mm.
Let's just say that you don't know whether to believe it or not, so you need a verifiable piece of evidence where you can't just look for one, right? In order for you to create a standard, you got to find 3 pieces of corroborating evidence to
Right.
support whether the information you read in 100 years of lynching was correct or not. The type of evidence determine the value of how well it fills in all 3 places. Example, when you read 100 years of lynching, you pissed off, you're supposed to be pissed off, right? But when you go back to old newspapers, you see photographs of people that got lynched hanging there,
Right.
verifying what the book is saying. which is also verifying that, yep, I should be pissed off,
Right.
right? So when you start learning different communications from different angles, you can incorporate that into the already developed standard of review, right? So when you run your feelings through your intellectual development, now if everything that's correct feels correct, that means most likely highest percentage is that you're correct in your determination from that point.
Right.
If you think you're correct, but you just say, I just don't feel right about, you ain't got it all. You got some more research to do, right? When you learn high magic, gematria, tarot reading, those are just tools in your toolkit of analysis, but they also your training programs to read symbolism, to read number codes and different things, depending what skill you developing. When you incorporate it into your analysis, when you get developed enough, now when you see things, you don't see it like the regular people, but because you came from where they came from, you should know how to talk to them about it on a level they can comprehend what you're saying. But a lot of times we don't know how to explain the shit that we seeing because to us it looks so fucking incredible that it can't be believable. But it be true.
Right.
And when I was 14, and somebody told me that one day all of the women across the land gonna start standing up against the government, and they're gonna kick the government out without having to fire a single shot, I'd have been like, bullshit. That's cap. That was before I read the Longhouse Constitution, the Iroquois Constitution. I didn't have that information to draw from. So I had no competent grounds for verification that this could be possible. But once I learned that now, I'm 50-some years old, and I sit here and say the exact same thing, we about to see all of the women across the land systematically standing up, evicting the legal fiction, taking control of the military by way of the presidency, and making sure that everybody got food, clothing, and shelter out the gate. That's Big Mama first rule. Ain't nobody should be sleeping in the street unless they camping out there on purpose. There's nobody need to be sleeping on the street because they can't afford rent. Matriarchs don't play that shit. If there's a person that got mental health issues, Big Mama gonna say, take them down there to the shaman so they can get healed. This system doesn't do that.
Right.
So now knowing something that I didn't know all them years ago, I can tell people from a different level of understanding after running through all the filters I can think of, with including AI, and verify that I'm 100% right what I'm telling you. These women about to take this bitch back. And it's going to be a lot of dudes out here that's butt sore. And I told the sisters, ignore them. It's just they throwing a tantrum like little boys because they didn't even get to play with the big toys before mama took them away. They didn't get to sit in the congressional seats. They didn't get to drive the tank. They didn't get to drive the battleship. They feel cheated.
Yeah.
Well, they should have been on their job and they could have did all that shit.
Right.
But most of us don't believe that you can actually map and plot your life out because we stopped doing it. We stopped writing our plan book, which became our book of life. We live it out in reverse in our next life. If you wrote a good plan, when you come back, your plan in reverse is going to be just as good as your direct forward plan when you was here the last time. Did I answer you?
What was that?
I said, does that answer you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I really believe that, you know, the women is the way, because I'm 35 or whatever, and I was raised by my grandparents, so they was, you know, old school, and I mean, I could see it. The mama laid down the rules, and daddy enforced it. You know, I knew my big mama. You know, she ran the entire extended family. So yeah, yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna let you drop down, my brother. We finna let somebody else up to ask another question.
I appreciate that, Chief.
No problem. Y'all can ask Elder questions too if y'all want to. Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Peace and love. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm on here. But thank you for all that y'all both give. Let me cut the TV down because I was watching you on the TV. Oh, let me turn it down. Okay, I have two, but I'm gonna stick to one right now. All of the chiefs that I've been listening to, they keep talking about trust, but I don't want to be doing anything that I don't really know about. So should we, since all paper contracts that you spoke about is they fake and it's part of the contract. I hope I'm saying that right.
You right.
What should we be participating in along this wait for us to get our inheritance back? Because I'm just coming in on this side of consciousness. I've been on the health side of it. In 2020, I had a stroke. So I'm kind of working with, that's the part two. I'm gonna let you answer that one first.
You should be studying trust, and you should be studying family banking. It's
Trust
not
and
the
family.
time now. It's not the time now for your family bank to be activated. But the more you know about it now, when it comes time, you more prepared to help your family access your wealth.
Okay. All
Now,
right. But I feel good to hear that.
yeah. So the trusts in the old system is just like putting the toe tag on the body so you'll know where it's at.
Okay.
It's the same with the allodial titles, the land grants, and the land deeds are all toe tags on the dead body, so we can know who did it, how it was done. We can do a full investigation of the first 48
Mm-hmm.
on who the thief was and how this person can be restored back home. That's why me and Empress Redbird can't take sides with no tribes, and we can't even promote the Shalagi Cherokee Nation above the other tribes, because we have to represent a collective interest, and because we can't unlock it by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The more tribes step in to unlock theirs, give us more leverage across the land with execute the return and putting the matriarchy back in order. When the new matriarchy come in, the trust that they will be creating is only a family record trust to tell you where all your wealth and assets are.
Say that
And
again. Family, what?
wealth and assets.
Family wealth. Sorry, I have to write things down since I had that stroke. It's like
You all right,
I can
sweetie?
remember
Look,
that
I
I
love
know
when
it.
I'm talking. Look, I'm love when I'm telling y'all something and somebody taking notes. That mean they paying attention.
Yes, man, this book right here is filled up with a cousin of mine had introduced me to you and Young Elder. And the one thing I gotta say is kind of sidetracked, but it's a breath of fresh air to run up against. Even when you don't agree, y'all humble yourselves, because the public, they want you, like what you were saying to the other person, they want us at each other's throat. You can disagree, excuse me, but I'm gonna do all this stuff to you. No, okay, let's knuckle and buck. It's just a disagreement. We got the right to disagree, but that shouldn't stop us from, loving on one another. And I'm grateful for that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look, I got brothers. We grew up fighting each other.
Right.
And I'm telling you this, don't let my brother call me and tell me it's going down.
That's right.
Is when I get there, we'll figure it out when it's over.
Right.
My brothers
That's
ain't
the
gonna
way it's
call me
supposed.
already. So the reason why I go so hard when they call me, I'm coming in on 10. The
Right.
only reason I'm coming in on 10 is because they already knew that they better exhaust 1 through 9 before they call me. That means that they did everything they could to
You're
avoid
supposed
the
to do. That's right.
situation. And there's
Mm-hmm.
no way they can avoid the situation. And the only motherfucker they trust enough and believe in enough to come watch they back is me. So
That's
when I
right.
come in, they know how I am. Don't be wrong. And don't have me coming in on 10 and you only at step 3. They already know this. But they know
That's
when
right.
that shit gets to 9.3, oh shit, I'm on my way.
Come on. I'm
I'm
in a
on my
circle
way.
full of people who don't. They not like that, and I wasn't raised that
I
way.
don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
I don't want to negotiate shit. They at. So we can just
Yeah.
go and get this shit over with.
It's on. It's on. But look, I ain't trying to hold you up. I just got this one question because I don't got nobody in my circle helping me with this. Now
You
for
on
the
here?
thing about the stroke. Yes, about that. Yes. In 20, this is related to health. Okay. And the indigenous side. There are lots of herbs and stuff because I'm in the holistic healthcare and stuff. Um, I had a stroke. I done had cancer, and I nursed myself. I met Dr. Sabi before what happened to him, and I've been addressing because he said the neurons in the brain it's electrical, so you have to eat things that's electrical. Why I eat leafy greens? That's like I got missing components that what could help feed my brain because I'll remember that I know something. I used to have a large capacity of photogenesis. I can remember so many things, but then too, I'm 55 now. But now it's like I know that I know it, but I can't recall it right then and there. So, are there any herbs that you can think of that I probably don't know about, or a regimen that you could direct me to that will help with the brain?
So
'Cause
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
give
been
you a
able to go out either.
I'm gonna give you a starter kit.
Okay, let
But
me write this.
you need. Do you have Facebook or Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Which one?
I got the Facebook.
Okay. On Facebook Messenger, I need you to call me tomorrow about 2:00, and I'm gonna introduce you to Dr. T.
Dr. P. Okay.
Because you need a herbalist and somebody that's a healer that's focused on that part of the work. I know the stuff. I'm just not in practice.
I know.
Okay,
I know,
so
but I
I
trust.
can gi-
I was
I
led
can
to you
I'm gonna
though.
give you the
Amen.
I'm gonna give you a starter kit.
Okay.
The first thing is eliminate saturated fat from your diet.
I don't eat meat anyway.
But that don't mean you're not eating saturated fat.
That's true. Go ahead.
Okay, now the reason why is because saturated fat, instead of lubricating the neurons, clogs them up. It turns into like lard in the brain.
Oh wow. Okay.
Unsaturated fat is the fat you need to break down the buildup of saturated fat in the brain,
Okay.
right? So this is CBD oils, coconut oils, um, fish oil, omega-3, 6, 9 fish oil. Whichever one you prefer, you can use coconut oil, you can use the omega fish oils, 3, 6, 9 fish oils, or you can use the THC oil,
Okay.
right? That's going to lubricate between the synapses, which is the firing mechanism that connect the links between neurons. The synapses
Okay.
shoot out the electrical current. right? So you're going to need one of those fats to help loosen up the saturated fat. That because normally this is what the real root cause of the stroke is. The saturated fat blocks the neurons, and the body naturally tries to fire through the saturated fat, and it blows the neuron. And sometimes when it blows, it kills surrounding cells. And they say that type of stroke leaves what they call a lesion.
Yeah,
The
because the
other type of
spinoff of the stroke was seizures to most recently. Don't laugh at me. I didn't know nothing about copper protecting me. And from 2020 to now, till about a week ago, the little brother up there who make jewelry, he said you can wear copper to protect you. So I went out for the first time around other people, and I could feel the intensity of the towers and stuff like that. But then it stabilized. And I mean, I like to cry because I was like, I've been in the house like a prisoner. I ain't been able to do nothing. But now, you know, I can do those things. But I'm still not going around a lot of people with iPhones and Bluetooth. I'm going to ease myself into it. I ain't been able to work. I ain't been able to do nothing because of that. But other part of that, which now makes sense from what you said, is sometimes when people talk, it's like it has to I don't know, it's like a glitch or whatever. And I didn't
you got a
understand what they said.
process.
So now I understand. Now I understand what you're saying. It's
Okay,
clogged.
no. Right. So right now we just dealt with the fluid, the brain fluid.
Right.
Okay, now the next thing is the component of the electrical increase for the firing. You need moringa,
Moringa. Okay.
right? And you
Moringa.
need to help get the. Oh, I forgot to go over the other type of stroke. The other type of stroke is when a blood vessel rupture in the brain. This is normally due to what's called high blood pressure.
Mm.
That's a different stroke than the exploding neuron that creates the mass. This shows where there's a protrusion or a rupture in an artery in your brain, right? For that type of stroke, you need a collagen supplement to rebuild and build and strengthen the actual artery itself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So that
So
means I'm gonna have to take some kind of blood product. Oh well.
they got plant collagen.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will
You
definitely talk about that then.
yeah,
Okay.
you can incorporate plant collagen if you are vegan.
Okay.
Okay, so now also sometimes the plaque buildup is inside the artery, which is another cause of the rupture. The blood gets backed up like pressure at a water hose until it pops,
Right.
right? So to clear that plaque out, you need a supplement called nattokinase.
Natikin. How you spell it?
Um,
Nat.
NA. Let me look it up. I don't want to give you the wrong spelling because it's a tricky word to spell.
It's all right. I'll be saying it up a stone. Natikin. Natikin. Speak it into the phone. It's there for some reason. Mm.
So this is how it's spelled:
T T O
NATTOKINASC.
K I N A S E.
Yeah, spell it
Okay.
back.
Natt. I'm in the dope. This man, hold on. Kevin. Natt. Can't read my own writing.
Okay,
OKINASE. Okay. There we
yeah,
go.
that's a
Natikane.
code. Yeah, that's a code word too.
It got two
Anyway,
T's in it.
yeah. So the nattokinase is to clear out the arteries. And that is normally a good nattokinase supplement normally comes with what they call a dark aged garlic supplement with it. It'll be dark aged garlic in the mixture.
Okay.
Because that also helps to clear the plaque from the arteries. A lot of us had heart attacks young from having saturated fat buildup, congested lymphatic system. So you have young guys in their 20s on the basketball court, perfectly healthy athlete, drop dead from a heart attack because of the
Yeah.
plaque buildup. The plaque buildup is from the saturated fat in the diet. What's the
Like
difference
Yaki said,
between
my heart attacked me. I attacked my heart.
yeah.
Mm.
So that's just a starter kit. Now, that right there, that'll start getting you back on track.
Okay.
Now,
Because
for your
I do chlorophyll myself. I make my own chlorophyll. That Dr. Sabi said I take the dandelion because y'all was just talking about the purslane because it's good for inflammation, and I add a little bit of lime to it, and I do like 3 to 4 bunches. I had to cut back because I was on 6, and I vomited it because it was too much food for the cell. Because Dr. Sabi said you feed your cells, but I do take that. I wanted you to know that part to address the brain. And I've done a lot better than your average person because when I tell people I've had a stroke, they be like, where the hell you had some stroke at? Well, he said
well,
it's
all stroke
electrical.
patients
You
don't
got,
look like it.
huh?
All stroke patients don't look like they had a stroke.
No. And then somebody told me I didn't have a stroke. They said it's Bell palsy or whatever. I was like, no, I
Bell
had a stroke.
palsy, that's when your face start. Yeah.
It did do some of that. You could see a little minor, but I couldn't control my whole body. Everything was like moving in slow motion the day that I had the stroke. Well, I hadn't been eating because I was had a stress on my brain worrying about somebody else. And I looked up and they was like, when the last time you had something to eat? I hadn't eaten anything in 2 weeks. I hadn't, maybe like a couple chips in a bag, and I start moving in slow motion. I said, well, maybe I need some food. Came back to the house on everything. I start shaking, and somebody else made me know that that's what was going on because I didn't know what was going on. And then afterwards, because the brain doesn't know any different from negative to positive, I kept having seizures left and right. So then it finally came to me to stop thinking so hard because with the stroke, they say it messes up the front lobial area.
Prefrontal lobe.
Free front lobe. And I said, okay, now I'm just gonna have to digress from everything. I'm gonna have to fake the phone till it kind of heals or whatever. And that's what I was doing. My children kind of took advantage of that because I could whip no ass. But you do what you do. But thank you. I will call you at 2.
Now look, I got one more part for that. For
Okay.
the cognitive function, I need you to study the mushrooms, the reishi mushroom, the lion mane, right? Mushrooms, because of their psilocybin nature, the
Uh-huh.
body uses the blueprint to help rebuild the neural network.
Okay.
So, so you got to look through the different mushrooms. You might just want to find one called 5 Mushroom Blend because they use the top of the line mushrooms.
I have some of them here because I've given some of that to my clients, but I just started back taking the mushroom because I got this cold 5 days on, 2 days off. But I just started with the lion's mane. We had the turkey tail. I had digress, but that's neither here. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But lion's
So,
mane, okay.
so the mushrooms is to help with the cognitive function.
Okay.
And then there's a medicine you might be able to convince your doctor to give you. It's normally used for narcolepsy and something called shift work disorder. And
Shift. I'm gonna
so
read this.
the name of it is modafinil.
Modafinil. Okay. Now I just started with the doctor, so I don't even trust.
Now there's a supplement version that's the natural version called modafinil.
Armo.
The modafinil is the refined version that was used to give it a longer working duration
Mm-hmm.
by doing time release. That's the only major difference.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if you want to do some investigation, Joe Rogan did a show on modafinil,
Okay.
right? So you can look up the Joe Rogan show, and he gonna tell you how it was helping them with cognitive function. But you tell your doctor that you want to try it to see if it helped you. And look, when you take it, it's like that limitless drug. Everything just get instantly shit. This
Oh,
what real life look like?
dang. And see, my brain, I used to be real sharp. I'm all over the place. I was born in April
Mhm.
26, 1971. And I get a bad rap because it ain't over to the first, second, third, fourth fat lady sing when it come down to resolutions and stuff. But the circle I'm in, they not with that. Talking and communication. I feel dead in here. So y'all a breath of fresh air, I swear. And I'm much gratitude forward. We'll talk some more tomorrow because I don't want to be rude. It's probably other people that wants to get on here. You answered a couple questions, and oh my goodness, this second half of that, yes. Thank you, King. I love you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, sweetie.
All right, peace. See you, young elder.
Let me bring
Let's
somebody else up.
I gotta
Here we
figure out how
go.
to. Okay.
Let's get this guy. He got his screen.
They don't got that camera on. I ain't talking.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Okay, yeah, okay. There you go.
Peace, my
How y'all
brother.
doing?
What can we help you with today?
Yes. First of all, I want to say peace. Hey, I've been watching y'all for the past probably year and a half. My mom actually put me on, so I'm glad I even got to know and watch this channel. I should have been on this channel, but I appreciate that. What I do want to know is, as far as tribes or joining your tribe, if you're doing your research, what would be the protocol and what should we be doing if we join in what tribe, if we doing our ancestor lineage and all that? What do y'all feel we need to be doing at this point if we're
Okay,
going to
so
be?
yeah,
Yeah.
me and Nell did a couple classes on chief training. So here's what I tell everybody. That's like, cause you sound like an aspiring chief, and which would be the one to take charge to be the protective shield for the family and to make sure that y'all have y'all ducks in a row. So this is what I'll tell you. While you watching this process play out and you going through your family bloodline, start talking to the family members you ain't never talked to before. This is increasing your familial status, and it's also you becoming the glue to bring the family back together.
Right.
Right? That's one thing. The other thing is try to get the younger people in the family, wherever the elders are, to go sit at the feet of the masters for instructions. Your family know what your family need better than anybody else. And the easiest way to understand your family is to have other family members that can do the work come in and coach you. When Big Mama set up the Three Sisters event that's coming, I gotta give a report. And then I have to give instructions to the tribes on the structure of what we doing, and I have to be detailed enough where a little child can pick up and follow what I'm telling them and get the family in order.
Right.
Okay, now when we get the instructions, by that time you'll be already in your process of reuniting your family, which is your tribe. We have what's called a family tribe or immediate bloodline tribe, and then we have what's called an extended tribe, which is your tribal alliance family. Like, under a good example is the structure of the Nation of Growth and Development.
Okay.
It started off with multiple factions, and we all became one. And the doctrine was called All is One. It gave us something called a one people concept. The one people concept in the growth and development literature is in there because it came from Jeff and the Peace Stone Nation. Because Jeff was supposed to have been the peacemaker on the land and the peacekeeper. And anybody that didn't want to abide by the peace, he was supposed to be the ass kicker. He is the law of the land. And when Big Mama called me forth, I got an answer for where is the three chiefs that's supposed to be delivering what the state of the tribes addressed to Big Mama now.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got to go through why Jeff ain't here, why Larry ain't here, why Tookie ain't here. They was given the job, why they not doing their job. They was captured by the enemy. Now it shifts to the priesthood. They have to come and speak before Big Mama. The ones that's not here, they won't be at the first Big Mama call. But by the time the third call of the Big Mamas come, they gonna be there with bells and whistles. They got to go through what's called the doctrine of the clean hand ritual that was written by the matriarchs to determine if a chief is to be in good standing or if they gonna dehorn his ass and exile him to the back of the bus. So by that time, all of the instructions for the tribes will be so clear because all they got to do is imitate what we do.
All right.
That's all they got to do. We run in the first play in order for everybody else to be able to duplicate it in order to have the cohesive call across the land, across all tribes on the land, with no respect as a person and no big eyes and no little U's. And we know, based on treaty agreements, everybody that doesn't have a tribe automatically fall under the term Cherokee.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That was the way Big Mama catch everybody on the land and be able to take care of foreigners that was dragged here against their will to masquerade as us and give them a voice of getting rid of the controllers so that we can all be able to live in peace. So the Big Mamas now is staging the public notice of redemption, which tells them we won, they lost, they don't like it, and we don't care. They tried to trick us to keep using their system, so our own system that was still here, still functional, but nobody wasn't using it. So we decided that the smartest thing to do is use what was already here that came, that we don't want here. Right? We knew that they was using paperwork. That's why we had constitutions before they got here. We ain't need that shit. By the time you get to chief status and you went through visiting the different parts of the land where your different family members at, you know the law of the land. The great law is the only law. Right? And the great law is codified in what they call the Longhouse Constitution. The only reason it's written down because they knew we was gonna have amnesia, and we need to remember what it said so that the big mamas can use this and show you where to find it at yourself so you can use it to assist in your own liberation. The smartest thing to do is don't free everybody. Let them free themselves and give them a key to unlock their own birthright by following the exact it don't even have to be exact. The only thing that it got to be is on the land, in the open, with witnesses, and which is supposed to be your tribe. And you are allowed to invite the leadership of other tribes as witnesses. That's part of the oral tradition.
Okay.
And you just got to treat the other tribal leaders that come to support you as delegates and give them what they call VIP treatment. And it's the responsibility not of the leaders to do it, but the people. The people are going to do it because they rather be free and have somebody to love on than to be oppressed and have to fight everybody.
For sure.
So if you can shift the energy by showing them the key work like this is what you're supposed to do. You don't have to do it, but now you got the means to free yourself. Now, if you don't free yourself, you can't blame me when I got free and I told everybody else that's free how to get free and they followed the blueprint and you didn't, and you thought it was business as usual, right? And it wasn't business as usual. So building and strengthening the ties with your family, getting relatives that ain't talked together in 20 years because they mad at each other because somebody drunk out their cup at the family gathering last time 20 years ago, whatever the little petty bullshit is, right? And everybody know the person in the family y'all need to execute. He ain't no secret because they talk about him all the time, the dirt that he do to the family. That's family business. I can't tell you what to do with your family business, and how y'all handle y'all family members. That's not my job. That's not my responsibility. I can tell you how I handle mine. No. And I can tell you the structure of the layout of the tribe, but how you deal with it, the consequences for their misdeeds, that has nothing to do with me. That's only between you and your family as y'all correct y'all errant family member. Some of them just might need to get punched in the mouth one time. Because this is the easiest way to take it over is to just stand up and proclaim your rights in a particular fashion, and they don't have any choice when it start being echoed clean across the land. That's the only way you know the matriarchs took over is because these women ain't gonna gorillas gonna come through and dribble your ass like a basketball and boot your ass off the land. So it would be wiser for you to just follow what Big Mama and them say, so she ain't gotta turn baby kids loose on your ass. Because we definitely want to be turned loose. We want the shit. We want it all. But Big Mama said we ain't got, if we just follow the instructions we're given, we won't have to fight nobody. But we will be allowed to play with some toys at the end of the game, if you catch my drift.
For sure.
So, as stay in tune, I've been working on some written materials that can explain why the tribal tradition is the only way we gonna ever get out of this shit. We ain't gonna never get out of the enemy system using the enemy system to fight the enemy because it's designed for you to sabotage yourself while you fighting them.
Every time.
So why would we use that shit when we got our own?
Can't do it.
And it's ancient. And they can use the same blueprint in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in South America. If Malachi said in the leadership chapter of Holy Tablets, for the leader to be a leader, he must have a workable plan. And that plan that's workable must be workable everywhere. Because if it's not workable everywhere, then it's not truly workable anywhere. So your plan has to be able to work anywhere in the world in order for it to be foolproof. The matriarchal rights at the close of the age and the dawn of a new age is absolute. Because it's tied to the gender contract of the earth being designated feminine. And as the designation of a feminine planet and being the first inhabitants of the planet, the women have what's called rights by first in line. Pan is first in line. They was here first by themselves, minding their business. They knew some imposters and interlopers was coming, so they decided to make some protectors, and that's when we come in. And we talking about God as a man. You got to be crazy. God is the woman, always been the woman. The creative energy is called Shekinah. Shekinah is a chick, right? The divine wisdom is called Ein Sof or Sophia. Sophia is a woman. And the highest seat on the planet Earth was called the sacerdotal seat. It's called the Isis seat. And that's the seat of a woman. The title of the woman that sit on the seat is Pharaoh, but they keep thinking it's her husband.
Right.
So Hashem said, no, he's just the fucking beard. He ain't the real thing. Let me show you. Give me a beard so I can show running nothing but his mouth. So she put the beard on to show y'all that the beard don't make the ruler. The ruler is the one that made the beard. And it ties back to the rights of kings. Under the divine right of kings, he had to be christened by the queen.
For sure.
He had to be selected and chosen by the queen mother amongst the rest of the princes in order to have the first chance or opportunity to seize the throne upon the demise of his father. Then she gonna send him through a bunch of hoops so she can make sure he prepare himself to be worthy to go to war against his brothers in the family feud to claim the throne. But by the time Papa leave, it should be clear and concise who gonna be the next man. When Vito left, they know it was gonna be Michael Corleone. Because Fredo couldn't do it and Sonny was dead. So that's what they call an undisputed head of household. But when Sonny was there, everybody knew Sonny was next in line. Right? So you got to understand the code of kings. And the only way you're going to ever understand the code of kings is you got to know the Queen's Code. The Queen's Code is a list of rules that tell women how to prepare men to be the king. And they don't work by themselves. They work in teams. Your dumb ass just don't know they working together. Because they using you as the communication tool as they talk to each other, and you too goddamn dumb to know. And that's why your wife sounds just like your mama. Because your mama telling your wife what the fuck to say to your dumb ass.
For sure.
That's how you know who she picked for you. And I better not never go nowhere hear a chick talking about my mama. I'm gonna say, here I go. If I don't hear my mama talking from her, and so all of them ain't for me to be my wife. Some of them is just to give me guidance when I get lost. But I hear my mama talking out their mouth. Who does that shit? That's that power of the sisterhood and the magic that they possess. Wherever that mitochondrial is under control and that woman frequency is tuned in to mother frequency, my mama can talk to me through her like she's sitting in the room with me. And when it ain't right and she can't do that, she just started talking in my head through my anterior gyrus, exploding my pineal gland with information. And when that first happened, I thought I lost my goddamn mind. They right, I'm batshit crazy. And my mama said, "No, baby, you ain't crazy. I told you, check out your mind. I'm gonna be with you all the time. I ain't part of you and you part of me. Your cells was in me when I left this world, but mine gonna be in you when you get back." So she can talk to herself, she can talk to me.
Appreciate y'all. Love.
All right, one brother.
Yo, can you hear me?
Peace, my brother. Peace.
Peace. First of all, I want to thank you, young elder, and Chief Pontiac. I got a quick question. My name is Antonio. Just want to say that I know you guys probably can't see me because the light's kind of messed up.
You're right though. We see you good enough.
Okay, for sure. Rod, I just want to appreciate you for bringing all the information to the public platform and saying everything. You actually, I'm a storyteller, and you inspired me to write a play about some of the stuff you've been talking about. And I've been trying to figure out how I can send this play to you because I'm really proud of the work and I want to share it with you and kind of know your thoughts. So I wanted to know, is there a way I can send it to you to get your feedback from it or your thoughts on it?
Yeah, you can email it to me. I don't like to use email because, hey, when we get done with this, I'm gonna do a resource management dialogue right quick. But you got Facebook or Instagram?
I got both.
Okay, on Facebook, I'm Rod Hayes.
Gotcha. I follow both pages.
So on Rod Hayes, just message me, say this AM from the young elder. Don't forget to send me your email, and I'll give you my email. You can send it to me there, and then in return, I'm gonna send you something to read that I've been working on.
Okay.
And then when we get done, we can talk about it.
For sure. If my messenger doesn't work, can I message you on Instagram? If it doesn't work on okay. Cool. I appreciate you. I just had one more question. The other one was, after the matriarchy gets back the land, right? I'm a firm believer that society and communities only exist from strong families. So maybe it might be for another stream, but what's a good blueprint for us as the people of this land to get our minds refixed to think about how important it is to build families again? And I'll just leave it at that.
That's the women gonna do that anyway. This is why we want the matriarchy to return back to prominence, because the family is strongest when the family is in its proper order. The matriarchy is the proper order. Mama says she wants them kids in the bed at 9 o'clock. Dad get home at 8:30. Or come out the field at 8:30. By the time Big Papa get there and the kids don't look like they going to bed, somebody gonna have to have a good explanation why y'all not doing what Big Mama already told y'all to do, because you know the rules of the house. Get off your ass and do what your mama said. Right motherfucking now. Period. They scrambling, they running over each other because Papa don't play that. Mama don't got to get out the bed to come down here and yell at your ass. She's up there letting Calgon take her away right now. She didn't wrestle with y'all from the time y'all got up this morning. Now it's bedtime. You not finna give her no shit. And I ain't taking none either. It's just that simple. And the fact that she's having her Calgon moment, sitting in her bubble bath, probably puffing on her blunt or sipping on her wine, listening to Phyllis Hyman or some goddamn Nancy Wilson or something, feeling herself in her feminine energy. Hell yeah, I want that shit when she get out of there. That's exactly how I want her to feel. Them babies gonna have to leave her alone tonight. Calgon, take me away. So it's structure. When the matriarchy take over, look, you know when they got Department of Human Service, Department of Social Services, and they come in and give you food stamps and say how much your check. They doing that ain't even their fucking job. Under the matriarchy, you know what their job is? If it's a single mother, or whatever happened to her baby daddy, don't matter. He could have got killed in the war, locked up in this society, locked up because we didn't have prisons because we ain't need them. Now we need them and would hate to not have them at this particular point in time because we got a whole lot of people that need to be getting their ass there real fast, and they ain't the people that everybody think. Anyway, or the usual suspects, I should say, because they love locking our ass up, right? So anyway, where was I? The families, yeah, the matriarchs used to send out cleaning teams or support teams, not a cleaning team, but they used to do that too. But they used to send support teams to young mothers to make sure she had a sister support group around her. And normally they hire because it's paid for by Big Mama. Like that's people's. We didn't have 9-to-5 jobs. Everything that under the matriarchy is geared around service to family, not service to the system. The system has tricked us into the illusion that we serving our families by working us to death, right? We supposed to go to work out of responsibility, not for a paycheck. To keep the community functional, everybody in the community should have a role to play. When you have people in the community that don't have a role to play, you just created an exile in your community. And he's gonna do what exiles do: survival of the fittest shit. Strong survive. Don't mess around and let him be a goon. Now he taking money from everybody else and doing what he got to do to survive. But when you put everything in its proper order under the matriarchy, everybody in the family has a responsibility according to their skills. That's how I got this position. I taught my dumbass self how to crack codes, following code cracking manual studies, and I taught my fucking self how to remote view off reading tarot cards. And the skills got so sharp, and the women around me seen that the skills for perception of cracking codes and shit was sharp. They the ones slung me out here, and I can't come home until this shit is done. Stuck in the cave.
Yeah.
Get the work done. Educate the people. Figure out how to get to them in the position where they can understand it. The matriarchy has nothing to do with self-enrichment, self-aggrandizement, ego pursuits. It has nothing to do with matriarchal order. Everything under the matriarchy is about the nurturing and the healing and the promoting you to become your best self and live your best life. In the society we living in, the only ones that's promoted to live their best life is the ones that's willing to hold everybody else down. You can't stand to see somebody rising up because you're scared they're going to take the food off your table. But in the matriarchy, it's not like that. If you see somebody on the come up, you do everything you can to help them so that we can all eat when we all good and ready. We ain't worried about nobody pulling us from where we at. I'm here for a reason. I'm the best person. I need to train a replacement. You might be the replacement I'm training. Motherfucker, come on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rod.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, that's the major difference, though, with matriarchal order and what you're seeing now. It's not the same. And it's compassionate, but it's ruthless. If you violate the principles and tendencies of matriarchs when they make it the law of the land, the consequence is swift and according to the deed. Then it's what it is, what it is. They don't play. They don't want people interfering with the proper psychosocial development of the children. This is a mother's responsibility. If we humans and we have a nature, our nature should all be geared to protect the future and the bloodline by securing the offspring. That's common sense.
Yeah.
But it's a law of nature. It's called second law, preservation of one species and one kind. The only way you can preserve the species is to protect the children. This is why when the mama bear can't whoop the daddy bear until she got a cub. Because when it was just her and him, it was just the first law of nature at play. But now she got to stop him from hurting the baby for ending the bloodline. Now she got two laws of nature. Her ferocity just quadrupled. Now, even though he outweigh her by 200 pounds, she whooping his ass like he ain't shit. Go look at the Wildlife Channel. If she don't got no cub, he gonna run her ass off unless it's mating season. If she got a cub, she's standing her motherfucking ground, and he the motherfucker end up backing down in the end. Go look it up, and it's ain't this no brag, all fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with them lions. They don't give a fuck what the lion do, as long as when they pulling his wildebeest down, and that matriarch turn around and say, "Hey, Jared, come pull this motherfucker on the ground so we can set his throat." He get his ass over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But if he try to fuck with one of them babies, because lions like to eat the babies of the one that was the alpha before him, so he can keep his bloodline pure. Right?
Yeah.
And when he run up on one of them babies, all them women in that motherfucking pride gonna show them the meaning of pride when they get done whooping his ass. His ego gonna be bruised, and he gonna go sulk. And hope don't no motherfucking black main lion come along while his ass sulking, because he won't be welcome back home.
That part.
If they replace his ass with this new lion, when this new lion is out doing whatever the fuck he doing, and you come around thinking you finna creep back in, all these sisters finna whoop your motherfucking ass at the same time. You don't stand a chance.
The same with the elephants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, men ain't the males once they get a certain age, not even allowed to run in the pack.
Yep.
They can only come now. We be thinking that they distant, but the matriarch can call one of them bull elephants by a hum and a stomp on the ground if them babies in danger. And he not coming in playing either. He coming in with both ears flared, full throttle, dick swinging, trunk up high, tail wagging, ready to crush something about Big Mama calling him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she know when she call, if he don't show up, he better not come around in mating season. Because she'll veto his ass and won't none of the motherfucking females in the herd fuck with him.
Facts.
It's the same with people. It's
Yep.
just done all energetically and we don't know it. Because we forgot the nature of the tribe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Rod.
Yeah.
I'll message you.
All right. We had any sisters in the background? We talking all this matriarchal shit. I ain't seen no sister come up yet. I don't see none, Rod. Oh, hold on. It might be.
Okay, here we go. Here.
Hey, hey,
Hi. Hey, Rod Hayes. It's an honor to
how
speak
you
with you.
doing? Ain't she
I'm
glowing with
good.
that black girl magic? Go ahead, got your magic popping, girl.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to speak with you. And if you don't mind, I have 3 questions to ask you.
Well, you're the last one, so
Um,
we might as well let's get it in.
oh, okay. Okay, first of all, it seemed like for the past, this is more of like a, I guess, a numerology type of question or whatever. Or I've been seeing the number 9/11 all the time, like everywhere I go. I could wake up in the morning, look at my phone, I see 9/11. Just I'm like nighttime, it just seemed like it always following me. And I had my ideas about what it is, and I kind of want to get your take on it because I'm like, because I know I listen to B Dale all I listen to him too, and I know he mentioned it at one point. And I'm like, man, for some reason I keep seeing that number, and I heard him talking about it. So I was just kind of wondering, what do you think about that?
Well, you got to know that when you start seeing reoccurring numbers, you're moving into a singularity, right? So whatever it is that your life journey is, before you see no matter what the sequence of number is, when you start seeing the repeated pattern, you are at the turnaround for something
Hmm.
because the mirrors keep flipping it back. Because it's like you're driving real fast down the street, but you're going at the speed of life instead of the speed of light.
Hmm.
And you see these reoccurring numbers because they're your alert system.
Okay.
We have an understanding of 9/11 based on September 11th, 2000,
Yeah.
2001, whatever. Right. That's called collective programming. We was talking about earlier about controlling the egregore. Now, you have two ways when you deciphering to look at it. One is the general perception of 9/11, bring the towers down. Then you have the personal perception of 9/11, what you think it means.
Yeah, what I think it means, because at first I kind of went like down a rabbit hole about it, and I honestly went on Google and kind of just started searching what that number is, and also went
Okay,
down the
let me
path.
help you. Let me walk you through your thought pattern to help you show
Okay.
you what you're looking at. Okay, before
Okay.
you looked up anything about 9/11, when you first realized that you started seeing it, what did it make you feel? So take
I
your
would say.
back down before you seen anything on Amazon, I mean on Google, before you looked any of
Mhm.
that up, when you first caught it, what did it make? Now remember, you want to remember the
Sorry.
feeling and not the thought. What did it make you feel?
I would say the first feeling is prepare for something. I'm like, it's like I need to prepare for something. That's kind of what my first feeling was. And I feel like that spoke to me, but I guess overthinking things, I kind of, like to guess dive into that a little bit and kind of like, okay. And so I guess that's my first one is just it's something I need to prepare for. And it's not just recently. I feel like it's been happening. I would say I kind of started seeing those numbers like kind of late last year also. The 9/11. And recently I've been seeing 11/11 or some type of in threes, maybe threes and fours normally. And also I've been seeing twos recently. So I've been seeing those numbers, but I will say the 9/11, or should I say nine, it's 9 o'clock, 11 a.m. or whatever, just to say it another way. That's pretty much what I've been seeing. So it just seemed like the first thing is just, hey, just maybe have to prepare for something or whatever in the future.
Okay. Now, based on what the numbers mean in numerology, right? Regardless of whether it's the public opinion to bring the towers down or whether it's you saying prepare for something. Now, 9 means born or birth. It's
Mm-hmm.
consistently telling you it's the end of a cycle,
Yep.
right? 11 is 2 ones. 1 means start. 2 ones means started.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you're at the end of something and you've started something new, what's the very first thing you should be doing for the new thing you just about to start?
I would say prepare for it by
Okay,
researching and
stop,
things
stop,
like
stop,
that.
stop. You just said, okay, now,
Okay.
so your personal feeling matched if you had just started something new, you know the first thing you got to do is prepare for this journey.
Mm-hmm.
So the consistency with the meaning of 9/11 and how you feel match better than the public opinion of 9/11 and the collective program.
Okay.
You are the filter. So
Mm-hmm.
yours is more accurate. Now, the $1,000,000 question that asked next is what to prepare for.
Who I would say instinctually, um, I would say for an emergency or something instinctually,
Stop,
because it seemed like
stop, stop,
okay.
stop, stop. Okay, now, for an emergency. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of scenarios. If you're standing on the front porch and somebody gets shot right in front of you and they laying there, is that an emergency?
I would say yes.
Okay, now, what kind of emergency would you think that is?
I would just say a medical emergency.
Okay, now, it's a medical emergency because the person that just got shot need attention and help. Okay, now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're driving down the street and you see a deer with his leg trapped in the fence, is that an emergency?
I would say no.
Okay. Now, why is the deer's distress not an emergency, but the person's distress is?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, I would say my thought process is the person is right in front of my door, so and I they I can see them immediate death for them. The deer, I can see that, but I guess I was just thinking maybe I'm driving away or something. That's kind of what I was thinking. If I've seen a deer, I'm probably driving and
Okay. So you have a different sentiment about nature's emergency and man's emergency. Your emotional charge is more leaning toward the emergency of the person that got shot for 2 reasons. Because one, they right there in close proximity. And for two, you don't want to see another person in front of you die. Right?
exactly.
Now, your disconnect from nature is your program. That's why what we're doing right now is learning how to translate what spirit is telling you by examining how you see other stuff. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
you driving down the street and you see a toddler with no adult around crawling toward a busy street. Is that an emergency?
I would say yes.
Okay, what kind of emergency is that? Meaning, does your response to that emergency um the same as the person that got shot? Is it the same response to the emergency?
I would say yes because I believe that the toddler is in immediate danger and they don't realize it in a sense. So I'd rather just get that toddler out of that danger and find out who the parent is.
Okay, now your attention went straight to the toddler when you gave your explanation. Didn't even discuss the motherfucker that got shot in front of the house. Fuck him. This baby is more important. That's called the mother eye. It's all three of these is emergencies, but they different kinds of emergencies. And based on how you are perceiving it, this is how nature is talking to you. Now, in them three different emergencies, which one of them felt most like the one you should be preparing for?
Preparing for, I feel like all three of them, to be honest.
Listen to the question close.
Okay.
Each one of them made you feel a little bit different. Which one of them felt closest to the first feeling to prepare?
I would say the baby.
Now, stop right there. That's the mother answer. Now, what is this telling Rahe? It's telling me that the spirit is talking to you about motherly preparedness. Motherly preparedness in the general public means prepare for a baby. But every mother knows is more to raising a child than just preparing for it to be born.
Yep.
So from the mother's lens, the one that feels like you're getting ready for is the mother's takeover.
That makes sense.
As the energy is permeating through the mitochondrial network. It works exactly like the psilocybin network. And in fact, the women naturally can use the psilocybin network as psychic eyes to look for lost children with zero resistance from the universe. This is how we found all them babies in caves. It was not no people that was following the nigga down in the cave. It was women telling the same story on different parts of the world about where they seeing these babies at.
Yep.
Right? And then because of the study that they learned in remote viewing, the women that was seeing this, they knew they was tied to the psilocybin network. And that they can use those mushrooms in the growing in the caves as eyes, ears, nose. Over time, they collected enough information to cross-reference what they being described to by these mothers having nightmares, daymares, spooky ass visions of babies being tortured. When they go back and they researching the data, they cross-referencing the stuff they told them they smelled, the taste they told them they tasted, matched with the chemistry of every fucking cave on the planet.
Mm.
They run it through a database, and then they send a search team to go investigate the geographical region to determine if there's babies being kept in caves, and they was finding them.
Mm. That's
So
interesting.
so you tapping into now the women finally got to the point where y'all all getting prepared to reclaim Earth, and this y'all gonna activate a Schumann blast of energy from the Earth when y'all do certain rituals. Y'all gonna be shown in the public exactly how to do the ritual by somebody that's actively doing the ritual, because we're going to be doing it according to the oral tradition, and we're going to be using the enemy's network to allow all of the tribes to have it in a time-stamped archivable format for research purposes, and also to be able to get remote tribes at different parts of the land to know the blueprint of how they assert the territorial jurisdiction of the matriarchy. Now, the women have to be prepared to take over politics totally, but they have to remember politics had nothing to do with passing laws in the matriarchy. The whole purpose of politics was the communication of the tribal mothers so that they can know where to allocate the resources on the land to ensure that everybody's basic food, clothing, and shelter was met. And under the matriarchy, these things are priority. All them hotels, they might, and the staff gonna get double paid to work there when they take these homeless people and put them in there. The staff gonna get double paid under the matriarchy because they want the staff that's already there to be the buffer from the homeless, but they gonna all have to go through a little training module on treating people like humans.
Okay. I mean, this to me, this a lot of this what you're saying is resonating because honestly, the way I feel like is I feel like this system we in right now is I call it an unnatural system. I don't believe that. I mean, it's probably like cliche because I feel like few people in a company shouldn't be running thousands of people and making decisions for all these people just by a decision of a pen or just the stock market is up or down or whatever. And honestly, I will say I got out the system. I'm actually running my own business right now. It's not a big corporation type of thing, but it's something that, feed my family, take care of my family needs and, some of our wants and things like that. And I'm really passionate about other people, doing the same thing. And honestly, I would say it was, I guess, accidental. It wasn't like something that I drew a plan up for or whatever. I believe that was meant for me to just get totally out of it because I had a good paying job and things and then I guess it wasn't meant for me. So it got to a point I'm like, I need some money. I need some money, and I need to do something. And I came up, did something and it just kind of started flourishing. Now I don't see myself going back to a job or anything because of the freedom of time and all this type of stuff. So, um, and I resonate with a lot with that because I don't want to get too much into it. I know, I got a lot to say about, what you're saying, and I totally agree. And it's a great thing to hear because to me it's very rare to hear men speaking up for the matriarch because I mean I'm an 80s kid. I lived through the downing of, I guess our sisters and things like that, and it's like, okay, and it seemed like we just kind of been punched down on for a long time. And now I don't feel like we're going through like a feminist movement. It's more we need to be heard, we need to be respected and we need to, you know, claim my position in this. But I know it's a lot deeper than what I'm seeing right now, but I feel like that's kind of what I've been feeling and sensing, for these past few years. And I'm not sure if you want to say any more on that, but I have two other questions.
Okay, next question.
Okay. Okay. Well, one question that's really important to me is um our family, I'm from East Texas but I was raised in Fort Worth, Texas. And I didn't know until a couple of years ago that we have some land. And sadly, my family is, fractured. It's seven of us. And my mom passed away in 2016. And it seemed like, unfortunately, all of us is really not talking or anything like that. And I guess I was kind of like the black sheep, so I kind of got pushed to the side or whatever. But I I didn't know we had land. Nobody really said anything. I found out about it through a letter from the, I guess, the company that wanted to buy it, and I was like, "What is this?" Make a long story short, we ended up losing our land. Our family seemed like we couldn't get together and kind of try to win this land and keep this land. So the person who got it, or the company, or both, was through squatters. Think like some squatters' rights type of deal. And at first, I guess because how the family was, I was not really waking to a lot of this stuff, spiritually.
That
I
happened
was
to a
kind
lot of us. I got the answer.
okay.
So when Big Mama asked me for the suggestion for the people whose land was taken through eminent domain, is what it's called.
Mhm.
Eminent domain is part of a usufruct salvage right agreement, right? So all that company that's on y'all land, that's y'all company now.
Hmm.
They got under the matriarchy, they have to surrender it to the rightful owner of the land. You best gave them your company by still forcing them off their land. All of them places where they was doing that redlining, all
Mhm.
of the stuff, the land, all of the structures on the land go back to the tribe from the area. We all have it. It's all blocked up. It's tagged with toe tags called allodial titles, land deeds, land grants. Those are all part of salvage redemption filings from the salvage right. And the people that they hired or that they was paying is called privateers.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not working for the
yeah.
public. They're working for themselves. They call privateers. These is the ones that we thought was the politician, the privateers. And they was
Mhm.
controlling business interests through a network of privateers. They call them stockbrokers. They used the privateers as stockbrokers to be able to trade at a distance in the product they was producing locally. But they blocked out the tribes. And if we said something, they took our ass to Wall Street at the source and they put us on the auction block. And then they made us play war games, run naked in the woods while they hunt us like animals. Until they found out that when you hunt motherfuckers like animals, they do have a totem spirit that will come out and touch your ass. Mine just so happened to be the gorilla.
Mm. Okay, yeah, because every time I think of that, it's just kind of like it seems like it's a fire. I just need to, try to go. I feel I'm right now working on my genealogy. As far as my family, I really don't know how to approach my siblings, because it's just I'm the second youngest out of them, and it's like
Let
another
me tell you the
story about
smartest
that.
thing to do. The smartest thing to do is represent your family when it's time to get it all back and get it all back first. They don't even got to know what you're doing. But when you get it back, make sure everybody get what was left for them in full. And
Definitely.
that's you when you do that, you're gonna bring the whole family back together. And they're gonna all be grateful to the chief that did it. Most of the chiefs are not men. It's only a handful of chiefs that's men. Y'all run this bitch, and we got your back.
Well, I appreciate that because I'm like, it seems like I think about that almost every day. Like, first, it was non existent. I didn't know nothing about it. And then when I found out about it, I was kind of like, well, whatever, that's my family, they handle it. I'm just on the outside. And then the more I think about it, it's like, nah, I can't do that. That's, this is more spiritual and things than anything for me. Okay. Okay. One more question. Oh my god, I'm sorry. um, wow.
You all right, sweetie? You riding your roller coaster.
Yeah. And
Come along and ride on the fantastic
I
voyage.
wasn't starting to cry. I'm not a crier. This is just it's a lot. Um,
You moving a lot of energy going through this process because you're making internal alignments and you closing blind spots, just helping you see. And the first thing you're gonna do as a woman is feel the truth. And when that happens, it's this thing women do that turn their mitochondria up and their emotions get turned up too. Because now, if the truth is that relevant, it starts becoming magnetic.
yeah.
And you go through a catharsis as you connect the dots internally. The way that you was thinking, you so it's gonna make you go through the catharsis. What looked like the breakdown in the public is actually the breakthrough in the spirit because you never back down, even when the tears is rolling, because you know you ride in the mother and you got your confirmation you was looking for.
Yeah.
And me and
Yeah.
Elder grateful you came because I ain't want to see no more beards. Mm.
And I guess one more. Cause I noticed that I went to like a spiritual awakening, I would say, probably like I would say right after. I think this is like the biggest one. I would say probably like the biggest because I went through smaller ones. Like right after. I'm sorry. I'm just like I need some tissue. I'm sorry. But anyways, I'm gonna just get something. Hold on, just a second. But
Take your time, sweetie. I'm here. I work
um
for the matriarchy, so take your time.
um I think I feel like I went through my spiritual awakening, things like that. Like I think around 2020, 21 or whatever. And I will say during that time I kind of like to me it seemed like spirit just kind of put me by myself, like set me to the side somewhere, because now I'm like, when I had a few friends, I don't have no friends. I moved here to this new city for a job, lost that job. And despite all that, I don't feel lonely or anything like that at the time. I still really don't, but I'm like, I'm trying to look for my tribe, I'm like, like, man, I need to find my tribe. It's like I'm just like, I'm an introvert. I'm like, hey, this is like I guess my comfort place, I guess, in a sense. But now I'm like, I need to find my tribe. I'm like, how do I find a tribe or somebody that I can, vibe with or whatever.
So that's called a cultural tribe. That's the Zeta Wolf tribe. The Zeta Wolf is the lone wolf that only pick other lone wolves to build his pack because you know what it was like when he was solitary. It makes the unity much stronger when they come together as a pack, right?
Hmm.
This was what they used to break up, uses sociology by marking that pattern. So you start recognizing your cultural tribe because you start finding people that's in the group and you overhear them talking about everything you feel. And then you be
Yeah.
like, oh, you be sitting there one day and listening to one of them, it might be four different people. You be like, yeah, that's my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you confirm to yourself you found your kindred spirits. And then that's part of you knowing who you are.
Yeah.
That's why they said know thyself.
And that's that's so funny you said that because I feel like I had to really like find myself. And I would say from high school, I'm not a big English person or whatever. Like I wasn't into all that, but for some that quote always clicked with me. To thy own self be true. I don't like no Shakespeare or anything like that, But for some reason, that quote always was always the back of my mind. And I felt like, recently, not too recently, I really know myself and things like that. Had to really learn myself and remove a lot of programming that was kind of put on me, So now it's like, okay, I feel like I'm ready. I need to look for my tribe. I need to, find, just people that I relate to and things like that.
What
They don't
kind
have to be like,
of
it don't, oh, go ahead.
what kind of work do you do?
Oh my goodness. I would say currently I'm a reseller online. I sell, clothes and things like that. Um, I would say in the past, professionally, I was more of an accountant, that type of thing, working with numbers
So
and math.
let me tell you why I'm asking. There's the forming of a sisterhood that's coming together, and people with certain skills can offer their skill set to the matriarchy for the takeover.
Hmm.
And everything that we just went over is compatible with the frequency they looking for and who you are. You understand shadow work.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So the isolation is the cocoon. When it's time for you to come out of the cocoon, Big Mama gonna send you somebody that's gonna give you the key to let yourself out.
Hmm.
But you have to feel how you've expressed you feel, that mother energy. Because the reason why y'all are asserting y'all territorial right is because y'all preparing for 7 generations yet born in the system that we've been under. It's been belligerent to the women, it's been belligerent to the children,
Hmm.
it's been dehumiliating and de-emasculating to the men. Only by restoring the correct balance and order will the women once again be mothers, the men become fathers, and the sons becomes the light of the future in order to make way for their sisters. The proper order generate the proper product in the community, right? The only
Hmm.
people that can calm a raging sun is the mother he loved or the woman he loved. You see the nutcase in the block going crazy trying to fight everybody until his mama tell him to sit his ass down. Or
Yeah.
that girl he dating come rub her hand on his chest and say, baby, it's all right. Come on home. It's over with. She just turned all that rage off. Strength card, tarot deck.
Hmm.
She ain't forcing the lion to close his mouth. She's just gently, she's just gently
Yeah.
coaxing you on along to just fall victim to her feminine ways.
Yeah.
We can't help beauty calm to savage.
All right. Well, thank you for answering. I really appreciate it. And I will go ahead and yield to this conversation.
That okay? Look, where you at on Facebook?
Ooh, I don't remember my Facebook account. I rarely
You,
even own it.
you on Instagram?
Yeah. Um. Dang. Let me see what. I'm honestly, let me see which my name is on Instagram. I'm like, I don't really post often. Hold on.
I wanted to put you in touch with Drea
Okay.
because you got good energy. I think her sisterhood could love, and you crunch numbers too, so that's always good.
Yeah. Okay, my daughter, she got on this account. Uh, sorry, let me log my daughter off of the account.
You could have just messaged me from your daughter account. It didn't matter.
Okay.
Just tell me how to find you in the message thread.
Wait, hold on. I can probably get it off. I think she follows me. Let's see.
You can message me when you want to. I just need to know
Yeah. Oh, okay.
what your
Yeah. What is
yeah.
your Instagram?
The sick eight.
The Sick Eight, is it SIK8PE?
Yep.
Okay. Instagram. Okay. Sounds good. I will definitely message you and go from there.
All right.
So you
You want
guys
to take
have
us
a good
on
night.
home, Elder? You want to take us on home, Elder?
Hey, Rod, you said you was gonna make some kind of announcement about the like, was it getting in touch with you or the email or something?
I told him to
Yeah.
inbox me and I was gonna send it to him.
Okay, all right. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Hey, yeah, hey, I like this round table discussion. We're gonna have to do like a part two. Start doing these a little more often when we let people come up and like you do on Instagram. What the hell? Now I want to freeze. Hey, we're gonna have to let more people
I
come
ain't
up,
froze, bro.
huh?
I said I wasn't froze. I just wasn't moving.
Okay, no, it froze my I'm talking about my computer screen so I can post what I need to post. Yeah, we gotta do more of these round table discussions where we let people come up and as a part of the Q&A. I like that. It's like I like to hear other people and what they thinking about. That way I can know where to stem my research because I'm non-stop round the clock on this shit. Like for the tribe, I'm always studying. You can ask my old lady, like if like I wake up on this shit, I go to sleep on this shit 2-3 in the morning, and I'll be up at 7 o'clock when I take my boys, drop them off. I'm back on it. Like it ain't no like it's around the clock. I don't take no days off. I'm 24/7 on this shit. Like you might not see me online, but when you don't see me online, I'm on here working on a AI tape or researching some shit. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm nonstop. And all the books you ever told me to get, I got them. Like I got over like 2,000 books at least, maybe more than that. But yeah, hey y'all, this is what I want y'all to do, man. This was a good round table discussion. Shout out everybody that came up on the panel. Shout out Dr. Kia Pruitt that was in the building. We're gonna be
Yeah,
on.
shout
Me and
out
Roy
Dr.
gonna be
Kid.
on. Yeah, we're gonna be on with Dr. Kia Tuesday at I think she got it set for 8 or 9. So we're gonna be on with Dr. Kia on Tuesday. Make sure you tune in for that. I already got it locked in, but I'm gonna unlock it probably Sunday night. So you can see it on my end. We're gonna be screaming from both channels. Oh man, everybody right now, we had a lot of people on tonight, man. We had about I got to check out the number, but we got about 1,200 on right now. Man, if you can, everybody send Rod $25, man, and put him in the game. Send in 5, 10, whatever you got to show some love, man. What else I was gonna say? Somebody send him a C note, man, if you got it, man. Show some love. Shout out big homie Chief Matt, right? Shout out B Dale, because B Dale shouted us out, man. Shout out B Dale. Shout
Yeah,
out
that's
to
my guy
Top
right there.
Cat down in Houston. Yeah, B Dale be cracking. B Dale is B Dale. He like another level to this shit. Like everybody is playing their part right now and making the putting up the tribe, getting the tribe up to speed to where, man, they ain't gonna be able to, this the last time they gonna try to do us like they did us this time. Ain't gonna be no more times for how they did us like this, you know, like how they took over our land. This ain't gonna happen no more. It's a wrap. This ain't gonna happen no more. I'm telling you. So what we gotta do, we gotta keep get the youth up to speed. They trying to look, the sucker want to legalize weed. Now they trying to take it back because they saying crime going down. Crime, the youngsters, they don't want to smoke. They don't want to go out and commit crime. Now these private owned prisons, the state got to pay them money for empty beds now. Right? So yeah, these suckers system going down. Go ahead, Roy. What you say?
It's enough for them suckers to fill them empty beds up for their private prisons to get their money.
They going out of business, man. We didn't have prisons over here before they came. We didn't have no prisons. You can look it up, man. We ain't have no need for it. We had a different type of system over here. When our system is ran like it was ran, we didn't have no prisons. We had different mechanisms on handling the people in the tribe. Cause hey, we got somebody. If you don't want to get straight, we'll send Uncle Joe to holler at you. Uncle Joe pick up the back end of a car. Pick up the front end of your car off the ground. I'm telling you, man.
Don't let him.
Uncle Joe,
don't let him. Huh? Hey, don't let him and Uncle Charlie and Uncle Oscar be out there drinking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think Uncle Joe Gorilla knocked somebody, man.
They might whip the whole town.
No shirt. I'm telling you. Uncle Joe be out there with some overalls on, barefooted. He only got overalls on. I'm telling you, man. And Big Mama and Big Mama give him that look at you, huh? What'd you say, Rod?
Feet be looking like he ain't been kicking bricks his whole life.
I'm telling you. Grab one of them bills and hey, with one hand, throw it on top back of the truck, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, he out there wrestling bulls for fun. He out there wrestling the big bull in the pasture for fun. Come on, old stubborn bull. Go on up in there. I'm telling you. Huh?
That was back in the good old days. They be out in the barn, man. Look, they out in the barn stripping bison pelts off the bison to cut the meat up. They got the barbecue pit roaring. They all in the garage laughing and talking shit. All the uncles.
That's right.
The women in there shucking the corn, snapping the peas, mashing the motherfucking potatoes.
Yep.
Talking to Big Mama, getting words of wisdom and encouragement, and helping her solve problems in her relationships and her personal life. Right?
That's right.
And the kids ran the yard playing all day. They had a million things. They had trees to climb, ant hills to get toe up at. They had the creek bed to go play in, or the little pond. You know, they were fascinated all day, learning new shit about the environment they was in. Then when they started getting too old, them girls went in the house with the aunties, and they made them watch over the little kids. And then the boys went in there and started learning how to be men from Uncle Joe now. Come over here, boy. Let me tell you about this here. This is how this here work. Right? You don't work, you don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't eat, you can't sleep. You got to be a working man.
Mm-hmm.
A working man ain't scared to get down with his hands. Sometimes you got to get dirty to get the job done, son. Every job ain't a glory job, but every job got to get done by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody do their part of the work, it make everybody else's job that much easier. Because can't one man carry the whole load by himself. So he needs some time to recruit a little help. And that's what family for. Do it for the family. Do it for the bloodline. You come out to be the greatest champ you can be. Right? Chest stuck out. Head up high. Back straight. Tail in the air. Ready to scratch out. But first, you got to learn how this shit work. Because you can't rush into the fight before you learn how to fight. Or you're going to get your ass tore up. So let me give you the rules to the game. And since my great-great-grandpa, these rules have always been the same. Right?
Mm-hmm.
A man ain't a man until he didn't experience pain. And the way you respect yourself is how they gonna put respect on your name.
Mm-hmm.
So watch how you carry yourself, son. Because people watch and they'll condemn you for your first mistake. And every mistake thereafter, they'll make mockery all the way to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
No misery will be their payday.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you take their power away. You
Mm-hmm.
write your own code and say what you believe in. You stand what you stand on until the world start bleeding. Don't buckle or fold, shake or shiver. Be so cold in this game, you make a motherfucker shiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is your first lesson for your first day. So when we get done stripping this cow, we gonna cut this meat and eat at the end of the day. So
That's right.
grab you a knife and watch me show you how it's done. And by the end of the day, you will understand how to feed your family, my son.
Mm-hmm. Right. The boy Uncle Joe, 6'5", 275 pounds, solid rock. Solid rock. Yeah. Solid granite rock. Hey, Rob, we about to get up out of here. We're gonna have to come back on that round table and bring some more people up, man. I liked it. That was quite interesting. Yeah, man, everybody, we love you all. Let the three chiefs walk, y'all. Dr. Malachi Z York here, man, who's been, all of our chiefs are being held as political prisoners. Jeff Fort, Larry Hoover, you know what I'm saying? And these guys was all in the same jail right now. So Larry Hoover, since Trump, but it's got to be some connection to that if they all was in the same jail, and that's supposed to be a jail where you send terrorists. Come on, man, you got to wake up and realize what's happening on the land. Y'all, we love you all. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you show Chief some love on the Cash App. You got Cash App, PayPal. Well, go ahead. All right.
Hey, don't forget,
You finna say something?
Uncle Joe with his no shirt on, he got 50 pounds of taco meat on his chest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, man, look. Hey, you telling the truth, Rod. I done seen this in person. I'm telling you, man. A dude robbed. Look, they was at a card game. A dude robbed Big Mama card game and tried to when I was a kid. A dude tried to rob the card game because they play for $20, 25 cents, really. At Big Mama house, right on Sundays at the church. Dude came in there, took all the money and tried to leave. While he was hitting the gas, Uncle Joe had the whole back end of his truck lifted off the ground. I'm telling you, man, that's how strong. The whole back end of his truck off the ground. I'm telling you, man. I just see. Look, my daddy. I'm gonna try to get my dad. He ain't in his right mind right now. But I wish my daddy could come on and tell you the story. Like he could come on and tell you like what I seen this shit as a kid. I'm talking about a dude that if you say, hey, Uncle Joe, it's a snake under there, a watermark, grab a snake with his bare hands, crawl under the house, grab a snake with his bare hand and do like that and break his neck, drop him on the ground. Then if he'll rip his head off, bare hands, and throw him on the ground. Yeah, man, I done seen this with my own damn eyes, man. I done seen some amazing shit. Yeah, some bad country boys, man, real country boys. Huh?
Motherfucker ain't seen them boys. The motherfucker ain't seen them boys carrying that puffwood out the woods. You don't know what strong is. Them motherfucking logs, they got to be about 600 pounds a piece. These motherfuckers walking up out of there with two of them on their shoulder. One on each shoulder.
Strong, brother. I'm telling you, man, I done seen it with my own damn eyes. And I was like, this dude gotta be some kind of superhero, a Superman or something, man. He ain't normal. He ain't normal, man. To be like he was just real strong. Big Mama, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe was so strong, man.
My cousin,
yeah,
my
man,
cousin told, my cousin told me, yeah, come with me, man. We go haul some puffwood, get us a few dollars.
yeah,
I go down there. I'm sitting there watching these motherfuckers. I'm like, I'm not finna do this shit. I'm coming from the city. I'm a city slicker. This
right,
shit right here is
yeah,
retarded. Y'all motherfuckers
yeah,
strong
boy,
as a bull. Look, they
yeah,
out there. They go out there with a chainsaw and and a chain on one shoulder. Right now, they got two ways they carry this puffwood out. One way is they use the chain, drive spikes to the chain into the log, and pull the chain and drag the log out. They real long when they do that.
yeah,
But then the other way is they cut them into like 5 or 6 foot sections, and they prop them up against the tree, get low, flip them on their shoulders, stand up, and walk them to the truck.
oh
I'm
yeah.
sitting there looking at them like they from outer motherfucking space.
Yeah, I have to tell you, man.
I'm like, this is what y'all talk about hauling. When they say puffwood, I'm thinking they talk about like bales of cotton or something soft.
Yeah, yeah,
That shit wasn't soft.
yeah. Solid wood,
That's
man.
that's a hustle. That's a
Yep,
Mississippi hustle.
yep,
We
yep.
up
I
here in the
seen.
city. We up in the city trying to sell something on the corner. Down there, they out in the woods trying to bring home some trees so they can go make a few dollars and go to the store, go
Gotta be
to the
some
club, or
goddamn ants
whatever they
on
want to do. That's their hustle. Some of them
damn
make good
ants
living
on.
doing that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm
Go
telling you,
ahead, take us on home,
look,
man.
hey, y'all, we better get up out of here, y'all. We love you all, man. We send peace throughout the boundless universe. The rise of the matriarchs is on. Hey, the matriarchs on the rise, man. Shout out Dr. Kia Pruitt, man, for the super chats. We love you all. We're gonna be on Dr. Kia Pruitt Tuesday, y'all. Peace and love, one heart, one love. Yeah. We'll be back. Wadu.
Badu.